Right.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Whoa!
was the Barbie I ordered.
Here lies Kian. We haven't met him yet, though.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he was the dead dude in the chair in session 1. Kyan.
Yeah. Read the thing you put in the Discord bag.
Knights of Ah! Ah! So he was the last ruler of Lavar.
Yes.
Okay. Pernus personally as punishment for his failure and buried somewhere in... But he wasn't buried in the Free Cities. He was buried under the Corsair's Crossroads. Oh, the plot thickens, gentlemen and lady.
Where is the Corsair's Crossroad?
That is
Lavar.
part of the Institute.
Part
It's
of
not
the Free
Lavar,
Cities.
is it? I thought Lavar was the peninsula city.
Yeah, it's not part of Lavar. It's part of the Free Cities.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, all of like Baratheon, Pessa, Bretia, they're all the Free Cities.
The original location of Mirasath beholds. Let's go on the map and have a look where that is.
That's not going to be on this map.
Oh right, it's miles away. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in
the
it's
Commonwealth.
I know where it is. It's one of the places in the southeast of Lavar, right?
No,
one of those
it's
Free
it's in the north of the Commonwealth.
Oh, okay. Right, wait.
It's by it's north of Lucenia.
Okay. What north of Lucerne? I'm looking.
Well, for anyone who's anyone who's listening, the current 0 concurrent viewers, but people in the future who might be listening, Richard is currently waiting on his Barbie. So
I am just sending them a picture of the Barbie.
yeah, what kind of Barbie is it?
It is a Dreamtopia Barbie.
Cool. First day of December. All the Christmas presents are coming out.
Who's it for? You.
I mean, I wasn't supposed to get a Barbie. I was supposed to
You
get
were supposed
a
to get
different
a
thing.
supposed to get
That was for Joanne. But instead,
sex
I've
toy.
received a Barbie.
Nice.
Some kid is going to open a box. It's going to be like a pulsating, like dildo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be like, "Oh, that wasn't what I
Yeah,
ordered."
some kid's going to be scarred.
Scarred for life. Yeah, or maybe it's going to be an Aladdin Barbie for all the Aladdin things. Ugh. Well, whilst Richard's doing that, we might as well start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so, yeah, has everyone got drinks and stuff? They're not going to...
Yeah, my food's gonna come in a minute, but I'll just kind of and like
right,
normally do.
Fine. Right, okay, so last we left our heroes, the Clive Five had taken their ship, the Rose, out on the high seas to the town of Hermond, which is sort of like based on a small island just off the Corsair's Bay. They were tracking down their first mate's sworn rival, Costa Salvatore, owner of a nice coffee bar somewhere probably, and oh,
Matt.
okay, right, I'm not sure what that was about.
Sorry.
Oh, Matt, your microphone.
It's a hurricane. I didn't think these could happen under the sea.
Sea hurricanes. Yeah, so
Is it okay?
it's
That's
fine.
all.
Yeah,
It's very...
it's just that you just have a terrible microphone. Like
I know I do. I'll get a new one. I promise. I'm
you've
sorry,
said
carry
that
on.
for I think 6 months now. But anyway, we'll
Christmas is coming.
True. Okay. So, but yeah, you guys tracked down Costa's ship to somewhere just off Sanshore Bay, and upon boarding it, you discovered that that the occupants had left and left only a small skeleton crew just to make sure that the ship was still afloat when they got back. But they hadn't come back for 2 weeks. So, following them down into the water, you came across the shipwreck that you were seeking out, and you were attacked by a couple of Sahagwin forces riding sort of sharks. Not sure why that was, but as you look around, there doesn't seem to be any more people attacking you. The bodies of Sahagwin floating just around you, and sharks, shark blubber just sort of floating in blood in front of you. What would you like to do? Let me move the...
Search the local area.
Yeah.
Well, you've got this big shipwreck like under your feet,
Hmm.
if you remember this.
Are we able to talk to each other?
Yeah, underwater. Yeah.
Okay.
Suppose we're not exhaling air. We're exhaling water, so I guess it would just travel through the water like it would air.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean, like the
over
rules.
longer distances.
The rules. Well, yeah. The rules about underwater stuff seems to be if you use the spell, like it is basically you treat it basically as if it's just on land. You know,
Hmm.
for various reasons. Like, otherwise, casters would be unfortunately affected by the lack of verbal sort of things. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well, investigate the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you begin to find an entrance into the ship, you see that the ship has mostly been sort of. Let me just find some music to change this to because I'm getting bored of this now. So you come to this this large sort of ship beneath your feet, and can somebody make an investigation check? Like as you begin to go into the, you can do it with advantage.
Investigation.
Oh,
Nice.
cool! Oh, brilliant. Okay, so you, as you descend deeper into the shipwreck, the dark, sort of murky waters blurs your vision somewhat as you pass into what must have been the hold. Sort of like bits of driftwood is floating there, just suspended in the water, as you can see, maybe only about 5 feet ahead of you at a time. And you sort of go through the narrow passages. Bits of driftwood and seaweed and various things. This ship has been here for, as far as you can tell, maybe a couple of months. The side of the ship seems to have been sheared off, and the far wall, the side on the seabed itself, has a large hole with what seems like scorch marks, which open up to the sandy floor. As you look around, as you come to the kitchen, you suddenly come face to face with just this corpse that's floating there. It's just like seems like it's only died recently. Doesn't the skin is still on its bones, hasn't rotted too much, and it just is floating there harmlessly.
Does it have wooden teeth?
Checking the teeth seems fairly normal teeth, to be honest. A bit rotten, but there's no wooden teeth in there. It's just of a somewhat like young boy, but in the sort of the sailor's clothes as people normally wear. As you pass deeper into the ship's hold, you see that the ship is where the ship has landed. The helm has also been broken off, and it's anchored into some sort of underwater cave with long, thick seaweed covering much of the entrance. Because of your investigation check, you come to this chest in the captain's quarters, and searching through it, you find a sort of white gem. Not a diamond, but something a little softer, it seems, which is set into a gold case, which has, in common, light guides the way etched on it.
Light guides the way.
Yes. And what did
Can I
what
do
was your investigation check?
Can I do what's it called? Identify on it. I don't have it as a prepared spell for the day, so it might take a
So
few.
that's going to be
moments.
11 minutes. That.
You don't have your spellbook with you, do you?
No, but I can. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely
Oh,
right.
that's true,
Yeah,
actually.
I can't cast the. Well done, Joanne. That was good. Yeah, I can't. Then. I'll go.
Okay, and as you're also looking around, because you got the 24, you sort of like look underneath the captain's bed, and there's a small little indent in there that sort of you just manage to spot, and sort of like flicking your finger across it. It's actually a little hold that you pull out, and it's like a secret compartment, and there's a sort of soft bag that's just floating in there. That's like made out of sort of like quite faded, but like pinkish or red and gold etching sort of around it. It's cloth, it seems.
Gonna open it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hold it around in my hand. Is it quite big? You said it was quite soft. But is it quite big?
Yeah, it's not too big. Maybe 2 feet. 2 feet.
Oh, so I'm draping around my knees because it's too big for me.
Yeah, but you sort of like put your hand in. There's lots of empty space inside, and as you put your hand in further and further, it seems to go deeper and deeper. As you reach around, there's a little note in there as well, which you find in your hand.
Okay. Guys, I think this is there's something magical about this bag. This doesn't seem right. Look, I kind of like put the whole just put my head in it.
Oof. Don't do
Just
that.
pull it out just for a second.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
the
it's-
haversack.
Yeah, it
it's
seems
like
like
a.
that.
It seems like
Thanks.
that. Seems like it.
So sorry, yeah, I also grabbed the note that you said.
This is what
Unthird or whatever.
the note says.
Ooh. I read out the message. I only saw a kind of brief message of this Philos guy earlier in that book, but we've come across this guy's name a few times. I think we're gonna have to have a think about this guy's role in this thing or something. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, we first came across this name Philos all the way back when we first met. There was a note. And
Yeah.
I'm beginning to think that things are a bit more connected than we first thought. We keep on coming across this, and I think we should be careful.
Do you think it has anything to do with the sinking of the ship?
Yeah, probably.
So what you can sort of feel being in here is actually there's quite a large draft, almost in the water, that's sort of sucking into this cave that is at the bottom of the hold where the sort of half the ship is sheared off. So it seems like the ship sunk and then was dragged on into the mouth of this cave, and then it sort of plugged it like a plug. And you can sort of feel as you get closer to this cave, it seems like the water's flowing a little bit faster. Not obviously enough to drag you in, but like you can feel it almost like a current.
Yeah.
You know, like you can just sort of feel it maybe going like 1 or 2 miles per hour towards that entrance.
You don't think if we go in that cave, we're gonna find more of the crew? Because there seems to only be one that I can see.
Hmm.
Or Costa's group team.
Is there anything that maybe Saka could could she summon animals and send one in maybe to have a look around? A fish.
Let me make these available to you then.
Thank
All
you.
these character sheets. All players. So you guys can just decide who you're gonna control. So I've made them available to all of you.
Cool.
Well, that ring, or was it a ring or something? It said light guides the way, so maybe if we make a light, it will open.
Maybe. I wonder who originally owned that. I mean, if we just found it in the ship, maybe the crew of the ship originally were looking for something. I'm sure this can be useful for this cave, but I'm not sure who first owned this gem. You know, was it Costa's group who were using it for something, or was it? These
You
guys?
found this in a chest which didn't seem to have been opened before.
Okay, so you'd assume it's from the original people on the ship. But yeah, Mona, I think we should definitely use this.
Yeah.
Try and have a
agree.
play with it, maybe. See what you can do with it.
Oh, the ring?
Yeah, the white gem thing that says light guides the way.
I'm gonna say light.
Nothing
Does
happens.
anything happen? Oh. I just put it in the bag that we got.
Yeah, we can do.
Gonna tie the bag to my belt.
Well, Gideon found it, so
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to
Can
take
I-
it. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna take it and tie it on. We can sort it out later, and then it just who wants.
Well,
to carry
maybe
it.
just for this session, Mona. Let's give
fine.
it to someone else, maybe, just in case something happens later on.
Okay. All right. It's probably better for you anyway, because then you can keep all your bits in there.
My bits.
Your spell bits.
My spell bits.
Yeah, I mean, you know, no offense, Gideon, but I'm not sure how much you can carry.
I'm not sure whether to say that's an insult, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Look, I'm not too brawny myself either. I'm probably not even that far off. But
It's alright, Scripture. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, no, you're right. This kind of thing's going to be helpful for me.
Okay, turn around. I'm gonna tie it to your person where I can find a place to tie it.
I guess just like somewhere on my
Yeah, I
belt.
assume we don't have like our kit with us, so you can't just like put it away.
No.
Okay, so
well, if we I think maybe we continue searching the ship, make sure. Have we confirmed that well, there's no cargo on the ship that's been taken?
As far as you
Yeah.
can tell, there doesn't actually seem to be anything like chests of gold or anything, which sort of you may have expected. Actually, the hold is like pretty much empty, except for like the occasional broken chest and bits of floating wood and stuff.
there's no gold at all.
As far as you can tell.
Either this stuff was looted or it's somebody's taken it into that cave. Or both.
Why would it be taken into the cave? Surely if someone were to raid this boat, they would take it back to their own ship.
I mean, not if it was, the only chance of escaping is something incredibly important to them. There might be a cave or something in there that they're hiding it out so nobody comes in and takes it.
Hang on. I'd like to go outside. Go outside the ship to the bottom of it and kind of inspect the damage to see. Basically, try and deduce whether this was sunk by damage from below or like from the sides.
Okay, make investigation check.
There was flame marks on it,
Yeah, there were scorch marks on it.
which is weird.
As far as you can tell, there's one initial point which Gideon has already discovered, where there seems to be some sort of explosion. And then, as the ship sunk, at some point it sheared into really 3 parts, and then that was sort of like dragged almost quite violently into the mouth of this cave.
And that explosion was on the outside.
You can't tell. It seems to be the scorch marks though are on the inside.
Okay.
What was it that Mahir said that happened to his ship? Because is this the one that he thinks got lost?
It could be. I
What
mean,
did
we
he
don't know
say
what the
that-
name.
Do you remember what he said that they were carrying?
I can have a look.
Yeah.
Just keep on having a think. There is another one. There was this other note that I haven't really read into. My friend Eric. Oh, hold on a minute. I didn't actually read this note, but you guys know who that is, right?
Eric?
Eric's is. That's Fondle's enemy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that does ring a bell.
This ship is more than enough payment for the goods you send my way. If you threaten any more of my men, the House of the Profane will seek out new suppliers. I look forward to hearing the official reply of the Sanguine Few on this matter. Yours for skill of honor. I think we'll have to do some thinking on what day that we were doing on the 23rd day of spring, but this is getting weirder. Weirder by the minute. But I'm not sure how the ship came down, Scrimshaw, as much as you.
Sorry, I'm getting some I'm getting some sass from the Amazon person.
Oh my god. Just leave it and we'll come back to it later, Richard.
So, can I look, Mike? Can I look towards the cave? And kind of is there any more detail I can ascertain from it?
From where you are, there's quite a lot of seaweed in the sort of mouth of the cave, so
Mm.
So, look, you can't really see that far into it.
Mm.
You're not really sure whether it goes like 1,000 feet down or 10.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's really
Maybe I
how-
could throw my my dancing lights down it and see how far it goes, just to see roughly.
give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
What's the range
It's,
of your
kind of-
dancing lights?
I'll have a look actually, because that's a really good point.
I think it's 60 feet, isn't it?
Let's have a look. It is. I don't know the exact.
Oh, 120 feet.
120. Yeah, yeah. 120. Yeah. I mean, I'll kind of throw the kind of conjure up using my wand, which I assume I still have. I'm sure it's a little bit damp, but it'll be fine. This kind of orb and kind of like flick it into the hole.
Okay.
And it kind of travels down.
It's just, the colourful lights shoot down through the seaweed. Make a perception check.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So normally you're looking through the sort of little gaps in the seaweed would be quite difficult, but you manage to just about spot the dancing lights getting to about 70 feet or so, and then going a bit to the right, like almost the cave sort of goes to the right a bit, but it's mostly going down about 20 degrees down, like, on average.
Okay.
But the actual mouth of the cave is 15 feet across. Seems to narrow a little bit.
Does it still feel like it's pulling us?
Yeah, a little. There's like a bit of a current, but it almost seems like there is some sort of underwater current through there.
I think, seeing as we have just had a bit of a hefty fight, it could be a good idea to go up, back to the top, tell them what's up there, and then come back down tomorrow once we've had a rest.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe. Yeah, I mean, the chances are if they're in that hole, they're not coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're in an unnecessary rush. I don't know if Weston is, but the crew up the top is still there on the ship, so we got to be real careful if we do stay abreast.
We should take some of these sharks up with us. So, because they were complaining they don't have any food, like, at least they can cook something up.
Yeah, I mean, do you have a way to carry these sharks up? I mean, we can always just cut this off and.
I was just thinking that we could carry them.
How
Oh,
big are
well,
these sharks?
Between 6 of us, though.
Yeah,
The 6 of us? Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
I'm sure we could drag them.
What's your
Yeah.
passive
There we go.
perception, Gideon?
My passive perception is scroll down 14.
Okay. As you guys are just sort of milling around, you see like a bit of movement just behind you, and as you turn around, you see this sort of like weird spectral figure, like just floating in the water, and then it just like jabs you with its knife.
What?
So
Is that Gideon, any jabs?
That's a natural 20 to hit.
And he kills her. Yeah, it does.
So that's going to be what's it called? 25 damage, necrotic.
I'm downed.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so this figure goes, whoosh, just like jabs you in the chest, and then you just sort of like fall back, falling on your back, and then you guys all turn around, seeing Gideon fall, and then it just sort of like disappears back into the wall. All right,
Okay,
let's roll
well-
initiative.
I think we should run away.
Oh, I didn't. Click
Oh, I didn't click my token. Sorry.
Noobs.
Like,
One day I'll get a good initiative roll. One day.
I know I don't usually get a good one, but today. Okay, if I take Jairus, Richard takes Sokka, and Gideon,
I'll
if
do
you
red
want
top
to take
because
Red
it's
Top.
easy. Yeah. Actually, I don't have. Oh, I do. I do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to roll Fizz as well. No? Okay. Cool. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun.
Okay. Oh, also make a Constitution saving throw as well, Gideon.
Mhm.
Okay, so your max HP is also reduced by 25.
Forever.
Well, you don't know.
Cool. 10 HP, boys.
Remember what it was originally, by the way, because you're gonna have to change it back if you do get it fixed.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'll just add 25 on my own.
Yeah, it's so it's 35 as long as you write that down somewhere.
Mhm.
All right, Morna. What do you do? You see this figure just sort of vanish into the ground.
Gideon's unconscious, right?
Mhm.
I guess I'm gonna grab Gideon and try and swim up to the surface and invite everybody else to do the same.
Okay.
Maybe Ritok. Hopefully, he still has hold of one of the sharks because we were talking about taking them earlier.
You're gonna move at well, you're moving at half speed already, and Ritok's gonna move at half speed again for carrying a shark with him. Just so you know.
Okay, well, we'll just go up then. I'll
Okay.
just ignore the
I
shark.
assume he'll ditch the shark.
Okay. The surface of the water is like 150 feet up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start swimming away, and hopefully the
So,
ghosty boy.
What's your movement speed?
45.
45. So you can move up 20 feet. So 20. Okay.
And I've got Gideon as well.
All right. So you've gone over to Gideon. Oh, right. So you need to go over to Gideon first.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So that's your movement. You're up to Gideon.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna shadow step up to Gideon.
Okay.
And then grab him and
Okay.
go up.
That's fine. Okay. Right. So you both are 20 feet up.
Never mind.
What's that?
I was thinking you could go over to him and then shadow step up, which would cover more distance.
Can't do that.
No.
Oh no, you can't. You can't bring him with you,
Can't
can
bring
you?
people with you. With
Unless he's dead.
It's an object.
You wear him as a sort of skin cloak. Ritok. What's Ritok doing?
I think I'll rage him, and you're gonna grab the shark and get angry with the rage and kind of carry it up.
Okay, so he's still gonna move at quarter speed.
I think at half speed.
Yeah, he's moving at half speed because he's swimming.
Okay, of course. Okay, nah, I guess just, probably just screw the shark. I think life's more important than food, because we can always just come back down and get the shark, right?
Yeah, Saka's got good berries as well, so fine.
Alright. Okay, just ditch the shark, kind of rage, and just swim up. Angry, somebody's downed Gideon.
Okay.
And just kind of swim up as far as he can.
Right, so that's 15. Okay.
Yeah, that's something else. That's what I
And
can do.
he's raging as well.
Yeah.
Is that frenzied rage?
No, just normal rage.
Oh, Ritok has 40 move speed.
That is true.
So he's just going up, but I can't do that. So.
There we go. Right, Scrimshaw.
Okay, Scrimshaw is just gonna swim up and across. 1, 2, 3. So that he is. So he's gonna swim and then dash.
Mhm.
Kind of up and diagonal, so he's like above there.
Sure. So that's going to be 30 feet.
So he's 30 feet, yeah.
Okay. Blam. Saka,
Oh, yeah, I've gone with dash.
Okay, Saka is going to.
your bonus action shadow step, so you can't bonus action dash at the same time.
Yeah, I could have just regular dash.
That's true. It would have been the same effect.
I assume part of that was grabbing Gideon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been an action to grab Gideon. So.
Okay, so Saka is. I assume she does have healing word, right? She doesn't have healing word prepared. Oh dear.
No, she only has Cure Wounds
she's-
and Balm the Summer Court.
Okay, in which case, I guess Balm the Summer Court feels. Does she have any Balm the Summer Court left? She does
No,
not.
she used it all.
Can she reach Gideon from there? Is he 20 feet up?
Mhm.
I guess. Yeah, I guess she can. Just about.
To go 15 feet and then touch
Yeah,
him.
15 feet and then 5-foot movement, 5-foot range.
Yep.
She is going to do a Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 17 health.
Yeah, that's 10 though for Gideon.
Yeah, 10.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a waste doing 2nd level.
Oh well.
But, you know, she doesn't know that your max HP is juiced, so. Yeah, not metagaming. Totally not.
How far can this? Oh, right. Okay. So. Right. So you guys watch as you're swimming up, sort of silently, just sort of apparating from the sea floor and coming out of the deck of the ship, are these two creatures, these two ghosts of some regard, who appear here and here, who come up to 20 feet. Blam. And they're going to attack Darius and Morna. Sort of just from underneath. So the first one is going to be for Morna. That's only a 12 to hit. I assume that misses.
Does not hit.
Okay, and then for Darius, that's going to be a 20.
That does indeed hit.
So can Darius make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Mm. Wait. Okay. Oh, did the wrong one.
Okay, well I'll just take the first one.
Okay.
That's fine. He passes.
Nice.
Yeah, because that would have been 11. Okay, so yep, he passes that. So he takes 11 necrotic damage, and his health isn't reduced. His max health isn't reduced.
Okay.
And then they descend 30 feet. So you can have an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Just getting used to
What's
the.
this? Why does this have that on there? I don't know what that was. Why that was on there. And
I assume
Darius.
Scrimshaw didn't get one.
Oh yeah, because you're too high.
Yeah.
Too high up. Unless you have a 10-foot reach.
Nope.
Okay, and then they disappear back into the deck of the ship.
Cool.
Okay. Darius.
He's gonna swim up again, join everyone, and with a dash. So he
So
should be
that's-
30 feet up.
30.
Does he have any bonus action spells? Just having a quick check. Don't think so.
He has healing word, I think. Oh no, he doesn't, does he?
doesn't.
No, I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this conversation. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, Gideon. All right, you awaken, being healed by Saka as you guys are just swimming back up to the sea surface.
Am I still gripped by Morna?
Well, Mona has the.
Yeah.
She's holding you and just sort of dragging you up, but you can choose on what you want to do.
I'm gonna go up. Dash up.
So that's going to be 30 feet.
Right away.
So that's 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Mona.
I'm also gonna dash up. I think we're all just gonna run away, right? Yeah, so that's 45 up. So
Yeah,
probably
you guys are
65.
all going to be able to get away, but Darius is going to be in the reach of their next attack because they come just before Darius. So we'll just do the 2 attacks on Darius, and then you'll be away.
Okay.
Well,
Unless you
no,
guys.
Ritok can kind of swim over and stand next to him, and kind of come up with him if that's possible. Can I like reserve the rest of my movement to wait until he?
Yeah, you can hold your action to move when
Yeah,
Darius does.
I'll just do that on Rituk's turn.
But
So I'll move up next to him, or like kind of.
What's
so
your
I'm
movement
2,
speed, Mona?
4.
It's 40.
40. Okay, so that'd be 60.
It'll be like here. Can I go like here? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Move up.
so that was.
Well, how far was that actually just then?
That was here. I think
That's 20.
Was that here? Yeah, just to double
Oh,
check.
that's
That was
in-
here. I wasn't like here.
I
and
think you were there, but
I think I was as well actually. 5. Yeah. So whatever that is. Is that 20?
yeah, so that's 20.
Okay,
And then
20,
you can go
and
up
then
10 at the same time.
and then go and then hold up the 10 foot remaining for the whatever when Darius goes.
Okay.
it'll be 20 foot remaining.
Also, Ritok's
Nice.
rage ends.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Scrimshaw.
Okay, I will go to the. I'll go to the other side of Darius.
Okay.
And I will ready an attack if anything gets within range.
Okay. Are you moving up?
Just staying level with him.
Is it just a melee attack?
Yes, 1 melee attack
Okay.
with Benja.
Alright, Saka.
Saka is going to fly up to be level with him.
With
Well,
Darius.
swim up, sorry. To be level with Darius, yeah.
Okay.
And is she going to do any actions? Yeah, she probably will. She'll do a level 2 Cure Wounds on Darius.
Okay.
Ooh. So 8 health to Darius.
The ones have returned.
Shall add it.
Okay.
Thank you, sister.
Okay, so
Very
then
kind.
it's the Spectre's turns. Right, so they appear and swim, and they fly up 30 feet. Here and
Okay, I will
here.
do my ready to attack.
Okay. Okay, which one is that on?
Whichever one got there first.
They're worse at the same time. But this one then. Okay.
Okay.
16. Okay, you slash into it. The sort of incorporeal form just sort of like wavers a little bit as the magic weapon slashes into it, but manages to reattach itself, and it looks pretty hurt, sort of like falling apart, but it's still around. Just gonna make 2 attacks on you, Scrimshaw, I think this time.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look. Come on. All right, here we go. 19 and 20.
Those both hit.
Make 2 Constitution saving throws. Okay. All right, they both pass. You just take 17 necrotic damage in total, so that's 10 plus 7.
Which one was first?
The 10.
Oh, damn it. Whichever one was first takes 20 points of cold damage.
Okay, so you watch as the one that you attacked just sort of like disappears, like just like in the water, just sort of almost dissolves into the water. And the second one doesn't take anything.
No, because I had like 9 points of
Yeah.
armor Bagathis left, so the
Fair
first one.
enough. All right, and this one's just gonna go down into the ship and disappear again. Bloop.
Okay.
Right.
Will Darius and Saka get opportunity attacks?
Yeah. They didn't hold their action, did they?
No, but opportunity attacks because the flight out went out of their reach.
Yeah. They didn't get. They didn't hold their actions though, so that uses your reaction. So I don't know if they did or not.
Oh, they didn't use they didn't use reactions. For
That's
anything
fine.
else.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably not going to be
Sick.
very effective, but
Guess. Can he make a
That's
ghost
Saka.
laugh?
So that one, you see that Saka sort of like goes into it. It sort of dodges a bit out of the way as well, but it looks like her quarterstaff just would have just gone straight through it anyway. It's not magical.
Okay.
And Darius
Can he
can't.
make a...
Does he have Warcaster?
He doesn't have Warcaster.
Have to be actual attack. Though I guess if he doesn't have any magical weapons, then it's kind of moot.
Yeah.
Which he probably doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
It's fine. Just assume he reaches out and just goes through the creature as it disappears back into the sea again. Okay. Right, Darius goes up. Alright, you guys are out of its reach for it to come up and stay around with you. So. Okay. So you guys begin to rise up, and you eventually surface up onto the sea sort of surface, and you look around and you see the ship off in the distance. Start swimming towards it.
Yeah.
Okay, so a good sort of like half an hour of you swimming comes over you, but eventually you get back to the ship, and clothes soggy and wet, and the people on the ship sort of noticing you return. Weston goes, "Did you find him?"
No, he wasn't down there. There's a lot of other things down there. I just need a little break. Oh.
Collapsing onto the deck.
I think if we are to return down there, we'd need to gather ourselves a bit first.
Definitely.
There were some spectre-like creatures that assailed us from the bottom of the ship.
Well, of course, take your time.
I'm surprised you guys didn't see anything. Did you not see the seas part?
I think that was just a pocket around us, wasn't it?
Yeah, from where we are, didn't really notice much.
That's a shame. It was really cool. And I kind of smile, kind of weirdly.
Just give you a pat on the back. It's like, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I kind of like
Weston's
flat out
like-
on the deck.
Weston's just like, sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
wasn't
I'm glad
there.
you appreciated it.
There were two ghosts down there that just tried to attack us, which is why we decided to come back after fighting off 2 sharks and some Shergwin. Was Shergwin, right?
Sargwin or whatever it was.
Sargwin, yeah.
As far as you, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Morna would really know what they were, but
Fish people. We had a bit of trouble with but it's really odd down there. There's it's like it's been sucked into this underwater cave. The boat has, and it's like stuck there.
We couldn't find any semblance of goods on the ship, so suspect that it's actually already been either it was looted by whoever sunk it, or it was maybe looted afterwards. But there were scorch marks, so perhaps someone set off a bomb in either inside or outside. We couldn't really tell. Yeah, something sunk it.
well, let's hope that so that we don't learn by mistake who that was. What caused the sinking? Well, anyway, you guys get your rest. You've had a long day. We'll just we'll hang out here for a bit and then we'll probably go.
How are the crew?
But wait, I have an idea. This is me being Saka. Can she give everyone a good bury, please? For the crew.
Why?
Because they said that they were all really hungry and they were worried that they were going to die earlier because they didn't have anything
no,
to eat.
they said that they had enough food for another week.
Well, then it'd be a week and a day, won't it?
I think they can eat their own food first.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, I tell you what, though, I wouldn't mind one of those.
I think you can eat the normal food.
Oh, come on, it's so boring, Scrimshaw.
That was
That's
Saka.
Saka.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Did you not tell?
My excellent Saka impression.
I'm sorry, Richard. Yeah,
I need my spells.
that's better.
You guys will die without them.
See that? Fine.
Drew probably would.
But, yeah, I'm really bored of these rations. By the way, if anyone finds any more of those alcoholic oranges, I'd love to find them. Have to have more.
Well, we could always make some more if we come across any.
Oh, please, that would be great.
Anyway, Gideon, how are you feeling? I know you seem to take a bit of a vicious hit down there.
Yeah, 1 second I was up, and the next I was down. I think I'm still running on adrenaline at this point. Yeah, what was it? I didn't actually get a good look of it.
It was a
I don't know.
ghost.
I mean, I've not seen ghosts before, but that's what I would imagine they look like.
Yeah, why ghosts don't exist, guys?
Well,
I mean,
maybe someone
Saka's corpse
died.
stuff seemed to just pass through there.
Yeah.
You guys, you sure it wasn't something else, like I don't know, like a fish or something? Because,
A fish?
well, I don't know. Ghosts don't exist.
We fought fish. They're big and solid and blubbery.
You've also fought shadows.
We've also fought shadows that were.
Yeah, well, shadows are different.
They looked a bit different, but they were. Yeah, kind of felt similar, I guess. And aren't
Okay.
those ghosts that we fought? Are the shadows not ghosts? I don't know.
I don't know. I just want to get some sleep.
Weston comes
we-
over to you and he says, "They say that when ships wreck on the people who drown, they don't get to go to the afterlife. They get kept with the ship. Maybe that's what you saw."
Maybe we did find one corpse, but it wasn't who you were looking for. It was a boy.
What did the spectre look like? Did it look like a boy?
From what you could tell from the spectres, they seemed quite formless. Like they had
Right.
sort of just a humanoid-looking face, but everything else almost looked like they were wearing quite wavy, flowy robes, like that didn't really have a form to them. So it's kind of hard to tell.
Can I ask, as Ritok, can I ask if, or just kind of think to myself if I've heard that story before, or if it's something that maybe is local to this area or something like that?
Make a religion check for Ritok.
Religion check, Ritok. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Why is
cool.
it not-
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
I did it twice. For some reason.
2 rolls, 3 natural 20s.
Wow.
Da-da-da-da-da. I guess the hands of fate really want Ritok to know this. As far as Ritok can tell, yes, this is a fairly common sea sort of thing that it keeps pirates and sailors up at night. That if their ship does wreck, that they won't have any rest, and that often I think the Ritok sort of says that
You're
often
doing the accent.
often when sailors are very protective of their ships, so they carry that on and are protective for the afterlife as well. They don't want people messing around with it. But also, I've heard that that it can also be a sign of strangeness afoot as well. That places where ships crash often, sort of like hotspots for people to come and try and raise things from the dead and be all sorts of creepy stuff.
That's really interesting. I've never heard of anything like that before. I think we need to have investigate that later. Reddock, if you don't mind, I'd really love you to join me on that. Okay, thank you. So funny. Yeah, that's. I mean, Weston, have you ever seen this? If that's the case, then that could have been what we saw.
It's possible, but like a lot of sort of tales and myths and stuff, there's some truth in everything, you know. I think I think that whatever you saw probably is true, but I don't know why this is the case. As you're sort of talking, you sort of feel that like a slight rumble like under the ship, and you like looking overboard. You see that there's almost like standing waves in the water, just around the ship, as it's like there's like a vibration as the sort of the waves are just like slowly vibrating around the ship.
How long have we been on the ship at this point?
Maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Can they give us a break, whoever's down there? Do you guys hear that and see that?
It's really weird. Like you're looking into the water. It's almost quite mesmerizing as all the water, as far as you can see, is like has this sort of standing wave pattern that you know, at quite regular intervals. Like the waves are quite similar, and it almost seems to radiate from around your ship, going out.
That thing that you found, if it's coming from the ship, then
What, this
maybe it could be
white
that.
gem? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
You have access to your book again now. Surely you could maybe take a look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, these vibrations going on. I mean, what if something goes really bad? I mean, I can try. How about this? I'll have a look at this thing, but the second things get bad, you tell me, and I'll come out and help.
Oh, for sure. We don't want you just sitting there for 10 minutes.
The world
falling
fighting
off whatever else is afoot.
All right, pass it here. I'll have a look.
Okay, so you start. You start the ritual.
Yeah, kind of like draw the one circle.
Okay.
And kind of like sit down.
Okay.
Kind of.
So, what's everyone else doing in these sort of 10 minutes or so?
Just kind of getting my bow out and readying, kind of looking over the edge, looking for anything down there.
Yeah, I'm having a look at these
make a
creepy waves.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay.
You can do it individually or with advantage, one of you.
I think I might. I don't have proficiency, so I mean I can't assist.
Oh wait, fuck! Ignore that. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong sheet.
I'm gonna use the roll. So, what's your modifier?
Okay.
Have Saka look.
Well, it is. Oh, it's +4.
Oh, it's the same then.
Yeah.
Okay, so Saka, Darius doesn't see anything. Hey, not everyone. No, I said 2 people individually, or one person with advantage. Considering you and Morna said.
Sorry, I missed that bit.
So Saka is sort of looking overboard. You guys just watch her sort of like look in there. So she says, "There's something weird going on down there." And you guys like looking over the water. You see that there's this like quite now bright light, sort of illuminating. You can see even though the water's quite murky, it's so bright that like you can see that at the seabed at some point around the ship, there's this sort of like orange light, sort of like radiating from it, and you know the blurriness. It like the actual. It's not quite so dark yet, so it's not so super obvious, but when you're looking you can just about see there's this light coming from the bottom of the seabed.
Oh, I think it's a good job we're not still down there.
Yeah, same.
I guess Ritok will kind of adjust the riggings. Oh, wait, so we're on this ship, right? But our ship is anchored nearby. Is that from?
The 2 ships are sort of like moored.
Okay,
alongside
moored.
each other.
Okay, that's. I guess just like adjust the rigging on the ship that we're on, or something, just to kind of like, just in case something goes wrong, the ship's ready to kind of react or something.
Okay. As far as it was like, it doesn't seem to be anything threatening yet. Just weird. And looking like overboard, you see this strange glow, and then it just sort of this sort of thing just keeps happening for a while. But you finish off your identify, and it is a gem of brightness.
Okay.
Should we follow the light?
I'm not aware of what that does.
It's on the compendium.
So this is it's like a gem of brightness. I mean, you're just gonna. I reckon it'll just help us in dark places. What's that thing overboard? I don't think we should go for that light down the bottom of the sea, guys.
Yeah, I think jumping into that would be a bit of a mistake. Let's stay within what protection a ship will give. So,
Weston.
Maybe we should sail away a little bit.
I was also
Is
thinking that.
this gonna? Yeah, maybe this light is what's the previous ship?
Yeah,
Something bit.
I did think that, especially with the scorch marks.
Yeah. Okay. Then Weston.
Yeah.
Let's move away from that light.
Okay. And he jumps onto the rose and starts like dealing with the thing. Like the people who are like tied up on the ship that you're on at the moment are like, "What about us? Are you gonna leave us here to die?"
Can we try and move this ship away?
Suddenly you hear a as like the a large wave sort of goes and sort of rocks the ship slightly. You manage to just about hold on. It's not like a massive wave, but you see the two ships like sort of next to each other go whoop in the water, go up a bit, and then drop as your sort of stomach wrenches in your in your chest, and you like just land, and you're looking around, and as you look down at the beam, now there's this like large like yellow beam shooting out from the water, about 500 feet or so away from you, and it just is like this sort of like white beam that just shoots out into the sky. And then as you guys are looking at that, Weston's still doing the mooring. Like,
I know. I just want Saka to ready it so
okay,
we can
that's
get.
fine. And you then hear a loop. As you look around, there's this sort of like weird sort of circle appears on the deck, and it sort of goes like a sort of a portal appears, and stepping out is, you recognise Meritha Cure, who it looks kind of frantic as she puts something in her bag, and she steps out and she says, "Oh, darlings, hello."
Oh, for God's sake, not you.
I didn't
No.
expect to see you here. Well, I think it's time for us to go. The portal closes.
Do you mind just giving us a? Oh, okay.
Where's she gone? I've got
No,
my
she-
fireball
no, no,
right
she's on the deck with you guys, but she's like, I would recommend it's time for us to go. as she starts to walk over to the crew, who she notices, like she looks at you guys, and then she notices the crew tied up, and she says, "I think there's something weird going on here. It's probably good for us to talk later. Let's move, shall we?"
Well, hold on, Merit.
Priorities. Let's get away from big scary beams of light. Let's move. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
Go.
So she starts thinking of one of the crew members says, "Where's Costa?" And she says, "I wouldn't worry about that. Time for us to leave." And the crew members look at each other and go, "Okay, fine." So they start like frantically walking around, getting a bit confused and moving around. As you guys just go on the road, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I think now, yeah.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
you watch as Meritha Cure goes, like notices you go on the rows, and then she sort of winks at you and snaps and teleports away.
As a fireball hits where she stood now. I'm very angry with her.
So she basically waited for you to go out of counterspell range and then just teleported away. As you notice now, the crew in the boat that has now been unmoored, it's sort of like as the waves are starting to get a bit heavier. The crew are like, "Where'd she go? Where'd she go?" And then you notice that they're like, she's fucking abandoned us."
Okay, I'm going to run back over to their ship.
The Rose and their ship has now started to part away as Weston has moored them from each other, and the sails have now come down. So the actual wind has caught your ship, and there's maybe like a 10-foot gap between the two ships at the moment.
Who's on whose ship?
You're all on the Rose, and then it's just the
can I
8 people, or the 4 people, or however many there were.
So I had my bow out.
Mhm.
Actually, I have Mage Hand. Could I untie the knots with Mage Hand?
Yeah. But it's one
Okay,
one person
I'm gonna-
per round, effectively.
Yeah, okay, well, I figure I untie one person and they can untie the rest.
Sure.
Okay, so whichever one's closest, I'm just going to untie them.
So you cast Mage Hand. The sort of spectral hand goes over to one, unties them. One of them was already untied, so he's like starting to untie the
Okay.
others. But you're untying them. They're looking at you and they're saying, "We can't get out of here." As your ship just starts like floating off.
Good luck!
Weston's on the Weston's on the on the what's it called, the wheel. It's just like sort of spinning it as the ship begins to just like edge off, starting to catch the wind. Saki uses her warding wind, and as the ship starts to go off, you watch as the beam of light begins to like slowly expand as you now watch like as the ship is about 150 feet away, like slowly trying to get the ship under control. There's not many people, only a skeleton crew, and it's slowly limping along.
Wait, can Sokka cast the warding wind in their sails? Or do they have to be
No,
around
because
her
it's around her.
herself?
Yeah, in
Damn.
a 20-foot radius. So you know.
Feels bad, man.
You look up and you see this like sort of tempest wind just flowing around Sakura. She's sort of holding onto this onto the mast.
Cast fly. Let
Well,
them fly over.
I can't. I did both my things.
Oh shit.
I need to sit around for about an hour before I can do that again.
Hold on. I might have an idea. And I pull out the spell book from the mage lady, which has fly on it. And I mean, I'm reading from the other spell book, but I can assume I can still use it, right?
You make an Arcana check. Treat it like
Okay.
the DC is going to be 10 plus whatever spell level.
Alright, and I will use fly in whatever means they want me to use it for.
Yeah, your ship is quite far away, so you have because the ship has now caught the wind with Saka. You have a chance of just being left behind if you went over there. So you have to sort of, you know, and you have to think for yourself, like, are you going to be of much help just on your own over there?
Okay.
It's your choice.
No, I think we'll just... These poor guys, but hey, look, they were dealing with Costa, and, you know, whatever. I feel bad.
I don't know. They might not have known.
Well, do you want to go
that's
back and
true.
save them? We can. Sarkin can
Guys.
always just use the wind in her sails.
You're watching this like beam of light slowly expanding, and it's like getting dangerously close to their ship.
Guys, we don't have time to go for them. We need to save ourselves.
Do we have anything?
No,
Unless Sarka turns the ship around with her wind.
Saka, do not turn the ship around.
Do not turn
We'll
the ship around.
We'll just be suiciding.
Saka's deaf, by the way. she's like on the wind blowing past her
I
head.
use message them for.
Do not turn the
Definitely
ship
no creeps
around.
in this area.
I'll use message and say, Saka, do not turn the ship around.
To be
Carry
fair,
on, guys.
Weston is controlling the actual rudder.
Oh, beg your pardon. Well, I said to Weston. I'm sure he's just going to do that anyway. But
You could cast fly on Darius and he could dimension door them back out.
I don't
Only
say.
one person at a time.
Save one of them.
So which one of you wants to survive the most?
Ritok could go and just pick them up.
I think we're going to run out of time, to be honest.
Yeah, like you're now 200 feet away.
He'll have a 600 feet move speed. Not 600,
600 feet.
60
Screw
feet.
sure, we can save everyone. This is we're barely standing at the moment.
How
Yes,
fast is it expanding?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Seems to be expanding maybe 50 feet around,
Ooh.
and it's
And how close is it to them?
from what you can tell about 250 feet away.
So 5 rounds to get to them. Ritok could get there in 2 rounds.
And then your ship is going
I
to
think-
go probably 50 feet.
I
in
think
that
he
time
could do it.
away.
It's
He might be able to grab 1 or 2.
Scrimshaw, we do not know if that white beam is going to carry on acting the way it is. We have no information at all.
Ritok's like,
It's on you.
I don't know.
You could always send Sarka over to fly over.
Darius isn't going to.
Let's just send all the people who aren't here over.
I should have turned up.
Yeah, if you look, if you put yourself in control, if you put yourself in the hands of able specimens, you're gonna get wrecked. Weston just says straight up, I don't want to deal with Costa anymore. I'm good to go. As he's like holding onto the wheel, holding onto the
Okay,
wheel
let's
as
just go,
the ship
let's
is beginning to skip across the waves. Like,
Just gonna shout across. I'm sorry.
you just hear them say "What?" as you watch as the beam of light begins to catch on the ship, and you watch as the sails ignite, and you just see them just explode into sort of dust as the beam hits them. You just see now like steam and bits of like their clothes just flying off, almost like in War of the Worlds where the heat ray hits someone. It's like. But you guys seem to be.
Well, I think we might know what sunk the ship.
You guys now just go like skipping across the waves. You as the beam gets to about maybe 1,000 feet in diameter, it fizzles out, and there's now this big sort of like watery hole. Almost like where all the water has been evaporated, and it just begins to shoot over as like a large sort of tidal wave now starts to drag your ship back towards this sort of like swirling whirlpool in the center. But the ship isn't actually being dragged that far away. You manage to get just about sort of outside the range, but you see like what's left of their ship is just like now swirling around in this whirlpool, just getting crushed under the waves. It's just falling under.
Does it look like the in the center of it, the whole of the whirlpool is where we were?
Around where you were. Well, it's sort of it's actually really sucked the ship into where you had gone underneath. So now the ship is now swirling around this whirlpool before it just disappears under the water, where you can no longer inspect it effectively.
So that cave could have been like Charybdis, you know?
You don't know. It almost looks like when you pull a plug out of something, like a big beam of light shot out, and then like when the beam of light fizzled out, all the water that had been evaporated suddenly had all the rest of the water just shoveling back into where that hole was, and it just like it creates this big whirlpool effect.
Oh dear.
You
I
guys,
feel a little
you guys, yeah, you
responsible for
feel the
this.
ship like being tugged a little bit, but you just are outside the range of the. But
Why do you
Weston's
feel
like,
responsible for it?
Weston's like, it seemed like you recognised that woman.
Yeah, she's a member of the Black Hand, quite high ranking, I think. Very powerful. I'm not sure if we could take her if it came down to it. We don't want to fuck with her.
I see. Well, seems like she didn't really care much about those crew.
Yeah, I think she's on. You know how some people are on a sort of level where people seem to be just like, shrimp to them.
Yeah.
I think that's us.
Yeah, she didn't really. She seems sort of surprised to see you.
One day
But not threatened.
Almost like when you run into an ex-girlfriend on the street. You're like,
she also was part of the reason one of our friends died.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So next time I see her, I will be killing her.
Oh, hopefully it's quite a while then.
Oh, I have enough anger for that right now.
Well,
Anger,
Weston,
plenty. But there are a few other things that are needed when you take on a foe that's far more powerful than yourself.
Yeah, a bit of luck. Hey, what's a fight if it's not
Yes.
against bad odds? What hero would you be then?
A good one. Taking fights with good odds is a good thing to do. And if the odds aren't in your favor, then you stack them in your favor. If you take fights that aren't in your favor all day, every day, then you die.
Wow,
Then you don't get to become a hero. You just die.
who's to say we couldn't fight her? I think we're strong.
I don't think we could fight her. I'm gonna say that. You say who? That's me, Morna. She says that we can't fight them.
Why? We haven't seen her do much before. Look, this is beyond the point. There's more important things to talk about right now, but...
You didn't go into her spooky basement. I did. I saw what was down there.
We'll talk about this later. Anyway.
you managed to get to a slight area of the water which seems, for the most part, to be quite stable. Good place to drop anchor, Weston suggests. As the sun begins to drop in the sky as well.
Are we are we close to the coast or anything?
From where you are, probably another day, sort of like another few hours, to get to, like you get to Westerfair by
I'd like to get
3
to
hours or so.
coast. A coastal town more.
It might be good to get a message back to Mahir.
Yeah.
I assume that was his ship. Well, it may have been.
No, it was.
Can't be sure.
It was Eric's ship, wasn't it?
There was a message to Marais, but we don't.
Yeah, read the note again, guys.
It was Eric's ship.
No,
Well.
it wasn't.
Wait,
No.
it says my friend Eric's on the note you gave.
Yes. Why would Eric's be sending a note to himself?
My
It's a
friend
ship.
Eric's says the ship as well.
Well, I assumed that.
I might have got the senders and the thing you throwing around. I apologize.
Well, I thought that it was from Vonner and Eric's was.
Yeah, I just
Told
assumed he
him.
stashed the letter.
I'm sure he got given it. Okay. Well, apparently he didn't, so that's that clear.
Yeah, so it's Riscal. Question no one knows, how did she get back?
Sorry.
Well, from what I think is correct now, if I'm apparently wrong on that, it was Riskel's ship.
Yeah, Weston says, can I have a look at the letter?
Yeah, here you go. Just pass it over.
He takes it and he says, I see. Yeah, Riskel Vonner is a slaver. She has a lot of ships in her fleet. Perhaps this was one? I haven't heard of one of her ships going down, though.
That's not the lady that you met with in the House of the Profane, is it?
Yeah, that's her.
It is.
Yeah, that's Riskel Vanna.
The one that
Yeah,
you
I've met her a
worked
few
for.
times.
Yeah, I'm sure
Okay,
you
so
have.
this didn't actually involve. So this may not involve. Oh, so this may be completely unrelated to Mahir's ship that went down. Ships are sinking left and right. This is scary days for people that own ships.
I mean, this could have been the reason that Mahir's ship did go down.
Yeah, it could have sunk for similar reasons.
I mean, maybe. I don't know the answers, unfortunately.
What sort of power would even be able to create something like that? Whatever
God
that
knows.
lady was doing. Did you see what she put in her bag? It was weird when she came out that portal.
In her bag?
What did it look like?
When she stepped out the portal, she put something in her bag. It was like quite big and black, like a gem or something.
I didn't notice anything. I was just looking. I was just overcome with anger and wanting to kill her, to be honest.
Perhaps she removed something. And whatever's down there didn't like that they was removed.
Like a trap.
That was a hefty trap. You ever seen a trap like that?
I think you'd only trap something that much if you were very sure you wanted whoever to take it to die.
I mean,
So
who could even set a trap like that? Like a trap set by a god?
I mean,
It's beyond the realms of people's magic, as far as I know, as far as I've seen.
it might be. Yeah, it could be anything.
Could it
I mean,
be a tile stone or something?
Very powerful one, Mona, blimey. Can you imagine if Scrimshaw could do that?
Yeah, but when we saw a tile stone before,
Okay, well, I mean, just in case, no one pull the Tilestone out of me.
In case you make it one.
I don't want that happening to you guys. I kind of like you guys.
yeah, but we.
As far as I can tell, tile stones are usually the energy they create is green in some regard.
This is
But
why.
this was like whitey yellow energy, like almost like radiant energy. You know, sometimes you see clerics casting spells. It's a sort of similar thing that they would. I mean, I've seen that a few
Divine
times.
energy.
Seems like it.
I don't know
Seems
anyone
like
direct.
This person's gonna have really pissed off the god, Nerith. She's so annoying.
Okay, well, if there's a pissed off god down there, probably be good to get as far away from it as possible.
Firstly, gods don't exist.
Whoa.
Um,
I would definitely have to disagree there, matey.
Well, I've never.
Well, now
You've never
you know,
seen one,
Let's
but I've got one.
let's set out some set out some things for this discussion. Gideon, what do you consider a god?
Nothing. Man is a god.
No, but what would you consider a god? You say gods don't exist.
Some being that is beyond the realms of possibility.
Well, truly, definitively, that can't exist because nothing can be beyond the realm of possibility.
Perhaps, but there you go. I mean, it's
But you
beyond the
don't
realm.
deny that there could be something that is so powerful that it could do something like that and be way beyond.
Oh no, I think there's beings that can do that. Don't worry. I don't think it was not a thing. I just don't think
Oh,
it was
okay.
a god.
I mean, a certain level of power. You feel like that's what the word god's for, isn't it not?
Nah. If it can still bleed somehow.
What? Well, I mean, I definitely have a god. My god.
Okay.
She's very
Well-
real.
Well, I feel like we're debating semantics at this point, but regardless, I think we should get away from it.
Yeah, I think we should
how-
go to West Fair. West Fair?
Yeah. Closest town,
Oh, it's the closest town. We
Yeah,
should go there
where's nearest?
closest port.
and definitely try and get a message to Mahir and tell them what's what. Maybe
West,
to try
Weston
and
says Westerfair is a fishing village. We'll be able to find something to send to Mahir for there, probably.
yeah, and tell them to not send ships this way. Maybe.
Yes,
That
might be a
might be pretty
bad
difficult.
idea.
This is like is a major trade route on the way to Lavar.
But they might be able to go. Maybe stick to the coastal areas a bit better.
Maybe.
Take maybe a day longer, but
Worth not having your ship eviscerated by a giant
yeah.
beam of radiant energy.
Well,
Right. Let's go.
so you guys spend the next few hours heading on to. You manage to get to the to the village. It's quite small. Not really a dock, so you have to really get on a rowboat and row over, and just dock into the bay. It's down to you if you wanted to spend the night in the bay or
Yeah, I'd
spend
rather
the night
spend
in
it on
an
the
inn or
ship.
something.
Just spend it on the ship.
Yeah, so you dock
Yeah,
anchor
I'm
just
still
outside Westerfair. Fortunately for you guys, I haven't drawn a map of Westerfair, which would have been an interesting thing for me to have done, but I didn't expect this. So, but you come to the town. You come to the town of Westerfair. It's quite small. Only an inn and a few sort of fishing places are around. There's quite a lot of lights, sort of like torches, just sort of placed on the sort of the decking of the main sort of docks. Sort of just like so people can sort of really tell where the place is. It's quite rocky. But from what you can tell, it's a small little nice village. You can go to an inn if you want. That's down to you, or spend the night on the ship.
I'd rather just spend it on the ship.
Yeah, okay.
After we got so close to losing her.
Yeah, yeah. Jory is like, I hate ships.
Hey, it's alright, Jory. I agree with you,
Forgot
my
about
friend.
Oh god, I bet he's traumatized.
He's like, has had the weirdest few days ever. It's like,
Well, hopefully you can get off here maybe in the morning. Go and make yourself a new life. We'll find someone to get rid of that like nasty scar you got. Nice tattoo maybe.
no, I although I hate ships, you guys did save my life. I do
Jory.
feel like I'm beholden to at least working for you for a bit.
Okay.
Jory,
Like-
Jory, I know you had a really rough day, but can I just ask you one question?
Sure.
There was a note down below. When you were on that ship the other day, the Sanguine Few. It was the Sanguine Few, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, that's not the name of the ship.
No. The crew, the group.
There's the group that owned him. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were with those guys,
Shit, sorry.
did you ever come across a guy called Erixus?
Erix's? Yeah, he's the boss.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's interesting. I mean, did you know anything, or get to talk to him at all, or
No, I never met him.
you never
But
met him?
I had talked to people who had. The mistress talked about him a lot. He's
The
a
mistress,
dwarf.
does
Yeah.
she have a name?
Yeah, it's Desiel, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, Desiel. Yeah. Yeah, I told you that already.
The reason I say this is twofold. We had a friend called Vondel, and I point to Scrimshaw with the sword he's carrying, and that was his blade. And he had a long and complex history with Erixus, and fortunately he's not with us anymore. But one day we'd love to avenge Vondel and maybe bring justice to the things Erixus did to his family. So that's just one thing I wanted to say. And a second thing, and this is to everyone actually, and we'll go there. We should be really careful acting around these sanguine few, just like we were the Black Hand. They both seem in some way to have this name Velos associated to it. So I think we should just be careful. I have no idea who this guy is. We should just keep our backs closed, because you have no idea what dagger can appear between you in the middle of the night. Sorry to bring the mood down. I know it's been a long day.
You know, Gideon, with one hand you speak about being careful. Well, one breath you speak about being careful, and the other you say you're just going to attack someone the minute they show their face.
Well, being an emotional kid is a thing, Scrimshaw, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you hope to become an emotional adult, I think that you need to learn to keep your emotions under control.
Yeah, you're right. That is something I need to work on, Scrimshaw. But, we could talk about this, just the two of us. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing everyone hearing this.
Oh yes. Sorry.
Well, if you guys are alright, I'm gonna go and get something to eat.
Is it the morning now?
Jory just walks off. No, he's just hungry.
Alright.
And Weston goes, I'll come with you. Goes off. It's almost like they know they're not no longer wanted around here.
Thanks for the help, Weston, Jory.
Yeah, no problem. They sort of disappear off into the distance.
That was a long
So
day.
are they coming back, or?
Yeah, I'm sure they will be. What,
I mean-
we're going to leave them here in this fishing village in the middle of nowhere?
Well, you guys aren't actually in the village. You guys are just
On the
docked
ship.
outside on the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Weston's his quarry's somewhat resolved. Not really, but I mean, he might be. I don't know, but he didn't say he was coming back.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure he'd have said something if he was going to leave.
Well, I hope you're right.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
All right. Well, I guess I'll head up and take my rest in the crow's nest.
Cool. Anything else? Any watches or anything?
No, I just want to go to bed.
Cool. Okay. So you guys, I mean,
Suck.
for the sake of expediency, I won't make you do watches.
Okay.
But the night passes. The sort of after this account, as you guys have falling asleep, any sort of rocking of waves for a little bit, you just almost jolt awake and just look around and make sure that the ship is fine and notice that the ship is level and not sinking, and it's sort of one of those things. And you see Jory sort of get up in the middle of the night and sort of head to the kitchen and just sort of splash some water on his face and return back to his bunk. But yeah, as the night goes, from what you can tell, not much. happens.
Yes.
As the dawn breaks and you get your long rests, you are awoken by the sound of rowing as Scrimshaw, you sort of notice a bunch of fishing boats heading out into the bay, passing the ship. You see a couple of grizzled old fellows wearing like big sort of coats to shelter themselves from the wind and the rain, looking up at you and sort of nodding, and then sort of furrowing their brow in surprise as they sort of look at you and they're not really sure what to make of you, but they sort of just go past and not worry.
Can I shout
I'm
down?
making crow's nest and probably wearing a hood.
Yeah, exactly. Like they sort of see something's weird about you, but it's too far away to really notice what.
Can I is there like one of the fishing boats come past? Can I like shout out and go, "Hey, how much for one of your rods?"
We don't use rods. We use
Where
nets.
do you fish?
We use nets. He sort of like holds up a big like sort of rope net. He just sort of like holds up. You want to buy one?
We'll go to the village and buy one, Gideon.
No, thank you. Nets are not today.
Yeah. And he sort of like turns around, and goes back to whatever he's doing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the crew and ask them: do you guys want to rather stay on the ship or go into the port for the day?
I wouldn't mind going into port to the western.
What about the rest of the crew? Because we really could do with some people staying here.
I'll stay, says Jory.
Okay, cool. And Dayros and Saka are gonna stay as well.
Sure.
I think Scrimshaw will probably stay.
Okay.
Doesn't need food.
I really want to buy a fishing rod.
No,
I'm gonna
let's
go
go.
to
Yeah, okay. Well, why a fishing net maybe?
fishing. I just kind of want a fishing
I
rod.
think I think the idea here is more hobby than
Right.
food.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. You have a sort of a rowing boat, which I'll retcon in that you have for the ship.
Oh, we
and-
stole it, didn't we, from the slavers?
Oh, of course you did. Yeah. I was like, when did they get a rowing boat? I had in my head that you had a rowing boat. I couldn't remember when you got that, but because I was like, you didn't have that in Dancing Coast. Anyway, so yeah, the rowing boat you stole from the Desire lands on
Liberated.
liberated, of course, as you liberated Jory and that sort of thing. You guys row onto the main decking of Westerfair, the sort of the main dock part of it, as it's mostly just fishermen just getting their boats ready for the day's fishing. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna get the rod, but just if someone else will do something.
Weston just
Yeah.
says, I want a pint, to be honest, after what we had after that shit last night.
Have fun, Weston.
Yeah, I'll see you guys. So, by the way, I've got to ask, are we heading to Orristas next? Is that the plan?
Probably, unless something else comes up. We're not in a rush to get to Orristas.
We have a few things to do in Creshire as well. And I look towards Darius and
No,
Saka.
they didn't tell. They deliberately didn't tell you about that.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember speaking to Alex, and he said he's just going to keep it to himself.
okay. Yeah, I guess we're going to Orristas.
Right. Well, there's quite a lot of fun stuff to do in Orristas. Wink, wink. Anyway, so right,
What?
it's boring as
Well.
fuck. It's a bunch of miners, but
Where?
should
We
be
heard
alright.
about the pit. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. And maybe we'll. I mean, I don't know what you guys want to do here. It doesn't seem very interesting, but we'll head off soon, shall we? Yeah, I'll just have a
Yeah,
couple.
I'm gonna find a way to get a note to here to let them
Oh,
know.
if you come to the inn, I'm sure they'll have some.
Cool, I'll come with you then.
Yeah.
We might go off and try to see if we can find some fishing equipment afterwards. How's that sound, Gideon?
All right then. That's fine. By the way, can I use sending? I have a spell I think that might help.
Yeah, what does it do?
Let me read the specifics.
Just leaning over, showing me in your spell book.
As it has a description of the spell in the spellbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature you are familiar with. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
What's the
Spell
range?
enables- Sorry?
Sending.
Oh.
Sending.
Yeah, you can use
The
sending.
spell enables, blah blah blah, any distance, even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane than you, there is a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Okay. Shall we think of something that in 25 words then that you can send?
Yeah, that's fine. You come up with something and I'll relay it.
Weston-
While you're doing that,
Sounds
I am
like
now
it's
going to
about-
buy myself an extra 20 minutes of fishing time.
You find
Okay.
there's a couple of fishermen who are getting ready. They'll sell you a rod for like a gold.
Can I buy 2?
Sure.
And some
A
bait
bunch of
stuff.
bait and stuff. Yeah, I'd say 5 gold for like
Cool.
enough bait for like a couple of weeks and line and
Is
stuff.
there a way? I guess for now, just stock it on the ship, store it on the ship. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got storage space.
Cool. I'm happy.
Yeah, the old sort of grizzled guy goes, "You getting into fishing, are you? Well, I always need someone on one of my ships."
Nah, you have fun. I'm not going to be joining your. I'm sure it's a lovely ship. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh, it's the
I'm busy,
best.
you know?
Of course, it's one of the best.
Can I like see it? Is that little rowing boat?
Yeah, it's like you know those tiny little trawlers. Imagine that, but just with like a couple of oars.
Nice. I go.
It's just
Yeah,
slow.
your mighty ship is awe-inspiring, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's been my life's work to get this thing up.
Oh well, haven't you had a blessed life so far? I wish you many lucks.
And you have a good time. Don't know why you came here anyway. Boring. Alright, well, I'm late anyway, so see ya. He sort of gets on the boat and starts rowing off.
I thought he was in a shop. Okay, right.
Huh?
That's fine. No. I thought he was in. I thought we were in a shop, but we're just on a boat.
Well, you sort of like just approach someone,
Okay,
I assume.
that's
just
fine, that's
so you
fine,
can
that's
pass
fine,
them.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like some shopkeeper goes, "I'm off." Just goes in his boat and rows off.
That's what I was like. Did he just like come out from behind the shop
It's a ship boat.
and like I don't know, like open the door, just get the rowboat, just like row it out?
Yeah. So Weston goes into the inn. He's like, "All right," to the innkeeper, who sort of like nods at him, just gets a pint, sits at the bar. Anyone in with him?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just writing my 25 word message.
It doesn't have to be exactly 25.
Oh, I thought it had to be less than 25.
Yeah, 25 or less.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
That's what
anything
I'm-
after 25 words gets cut off.
Yeah, at that point.
Exactly. I've got ships are going down outside Sandshore Bay, radiant disintegration ray. Oh, it rhymes.
Gideon can wrap
Black
it.
hand. Black hand involved. We saw member there.
You can send more
Love.
than one as well.
Love Clive 5.
Does he know that we're called the Clive Five?
He's gonna go. Who's this? Who this? New number.
So is that what you've chosen?
Mornu and Gideon. Wait.
Morna.
1, 2, 3,
Morna.
4, 5, 6, 7,
That's 21.
12. Okay, put. Yeah, we saw a member there called Merith. Love Morna and Gideon. I think that's 24, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ships are going
I'll-
down outside Shanstraw Bay. Radiation disintegration ray. Yeah, okay.
All right. Do I need to say it, or are we just gonna say I say it?
No, say it. Say it how you would say it.
All right, Mona. You want me to read this out?
Yeah, and send it to me here if you can.
All right. So I envisage the lovely face of Donna Mahir, and say these words. Ships are going down outside Sandshore Bay. Radiant disintegration ray. Black hand involved. We saw a member there. Love Morna and Gideon? Mona, I don't remember you saying that
Wait,
bit.
Then it cuts off.
Cuts off.
Well, I don't think. A few moments pass, and then you hear sort of like at the back of your head, you hear, "Oh, hello, hello. That is interesting. Thank you for telling me. I think maybe if you were to come back at some point, we could talk about it more. Thank you, Maya." And then, bloop.
Cool.
Yeah, he said pretty much what you'd expect. He thanks and said if you come back, we can talk about it thoroughly.
Yeah.
Mona, are we really on love terms with this guy?
Oh.
I mean, from where I'm from, love is a pretty strong word.
Isn't that how you sign letters?
I mean, we just did like sincerely or yours, something like that.
Oh.
Hey, look, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm sure he found it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally don't fancy him.
Sorry, what was that, Mona?
Gold
Nothing.
Okay, so yeah, what's the plan, guys, for Westerfair?
That I think we're gonna maybe get a fishing net, so we can just more easily get food on the ship if we're out for longer.
Sure.
And then probably head back.
Okay.
Well, while that's going on, can I go with Jora? What's his name?
Jory.
Jory, and fish with him.
Jory's on the boat.
Yeah, I'll go up and fish with him.
Well, you all have to get back to the boat together because
Yeah.
you've only got
Okay.
one rowboat. It's just like take the rowboat back yourself and just abandon everyone else.
Bye. Sorry,
But
yeah.
yeah, Weston's at the inn, just sort of drinking. He sort of nods to Morna as she comes in.
Hi. I think we're gonna head back.
Okay, well, nothing like a good pint, so get your nerves sorted after that. Shame about Costa. I really wanted to fuck him up.
Yeah, that woman, Marith, she's called. If you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, she seemed to maybe think that he's probably dead by the way she was talking about him, but I guess we still don't know for sure.
Well, I assume that she's the mage that the people were talking about on the boat that went with them. So if they went all
Yeah.
down together and she's the only one who came out, you can't survive that radiant beam thing, can you?
No.
So, well, at least he's done. But
Yeah,
it
for
doesn't-
sure.
it just
Do
feels
have evasion.
doesn't feel very satisfying. That's it, though. You know. Oh well.
No, I
well,
get it.
you came here, put your lives on the line to help me out. So of course I'll do whatever for you guys.
Can I
Yeah.
just
I do have a question.
go on, sorry.
Yeah. What up?
Do you know who Velos is?
I will do a history check for him.
20.
I'm Warner's
Interesting.
interested because it says to stop sending assassins to me. So I'm wondering if Vonner is like undead, or if I would know anything about him.
Velos. He says like Velos. Where have I heard that name before? Oh yeah, he's that. Is that Mr. Nationalist guy, isn't he? He wants to. What is it? He wants to rule. He wants Orthaid for Mistrans, and he wants to kick out humans. I think something like that.
Oh,
He lives in the Commonwealth now, though. I think. I don't know. As far as I can tell, I haven't heard much from him. You hear some things. I remember his name came up not too long after the Commonwealth Tarsat War started. I think that's where I heard about him first. You just sort of hear these things that just weird organisations spring up out of nowhere and start
what
doing things.
war?
The Commonwealth War. The one I lost my ship and my crew in. Ah,
yes, that one. What about the other person in the note? Did I take the note? I think Gideon had it, didn't he? Risco Vonner.
Riskel Vonner. She's.
We've met her. We've met her loads of times. She's the one in the house of the profane, the drow lady in the basement.
Oh,
No,
I never went.
You've met her.
Yeah, I've never
I've
met
met
her
her,
because I've
sorry.
never been in the.
Sorry,
house
The rest of us, I
Fame.
don't think have met
Ever.
her.
Sucker and Darius have.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
I don't know that. That's
Yeah.
true.
I've met her.
Thank you for that exposition, Saka.
What was she like when you met her, Gideon?
I mean, what you'd expect from like some kind of underground boss. She liked having lots of big men around her fighting each other. She had like this weird psychic guy called Rolo, I think his name was. He was like a Goliath. He was huge. He was really quite cool. And she had a brother, but I mean, he seemed pretty bored, to be honest. But I think she runs the show. She was an underground boss. She was happy slaving people.
What does she look like? Do you know how long she'd been around for?
I think she's been here around for quite a while. I mean, the place looked like it's been there for a decent long time.
Was she-
And go on,
Was she an elf?
a drow. I mean, I guess technically.
Yeah, that is
they-
an elf, isn't it? How long do they live?
I don't know how long a drow lives, Mona.
Make a history check.
Um,
Just
You can do it, Mona, if you want.
okay. Do closing all my other people's things.
They seem to live about the same amount of time as other elves. They can live from upward. They can live to maybe like 800 years max.
Okay.
Like the oldest elves, they basically age at like a 1 to 10 sort of, like they 10 times slower than humans on average. After maturity, that is. They mature around the same time. But
Does that help you?
No, that's just weird.
What's weird about it?
I don't know. Something seems dodgy. I think we should go back to the ship.
So you
Right.
guys,
I just want to buy a big fishing net for the
oh,
boat.
yeah, you can get a net for like a gold piece, like a big net.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So you get back. You get back in the rowboat. Start rowing back to the ship. Weston starts barking orders to the crew at the second he gets on the ship. Says, "Right, let's plot in a for Orristas, shall we? Let's hope that we don't get trashed by any more slavers on the way there. I'm sick of sea now." Yeah, good with everyone?
Yeah, aye, Captain. Wait, Scrimshaw.
Aye, aye, first mate.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
All right,
first
we'll
mate.
take a 10-minute break then, shall we?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So come back at 10:02, and then we will go from Orristas.
Cool.
Or
Richard, are you
whenever that is.
okay?
muting.
Right, Richard.
And I am showing off the new map. Woo! Do.
Richard, are you okay?
Yeah.
Such improvement.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh,
Lots of work on this map.
wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Right, so...
All those volcanoes, eh?
yeah, you better be careful. Don't be throwing yourself in any. Like, who was it that did that? Some Greek philosopher did that. Anyway, so yeah, so you guys spend the next week or so on the seas. You don't see any sailing ships.
God.
You do come across the occasional merchant ship that is going the regular path across the Courses Bay, but eventually you come across the mountainous, the barren, the rocky, sort of built almost on a cliff, the town of Orristas. That as you
Mike.
approach the
Just before, can I just do the thing that I said?
Oh yeah,
during
sure,
the-
yeah, of course.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
No, it's fine. Yeah, cool.
So
You've had a
during
week.
during the visit, there are two things that I kind of wanted to do. The first one was now that I've just realised, well, about 5 minutes ago, that the second spell book I have is actually Mara Thakir's book, and after knowing what Mara's told me, that it's probably best that I don't have these books anymore because the mage could have a way to track it. I am going to copy out on my new Strangers book. All the important information that I can from them. So there's like 3 or 4
Have you paid the
spells
money
from
for
it.
it?
I will do that.
Okay.
Pay the money.
Pay the money.
Pay the money.
Yeah, it's
I
half.
remember.
It's half price because it's like you have a scroll
Yeah.
effectively.
I think there's about 4 actually I only need, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem.
Okay.
And this is also the same for Killian Black's book because I have that again because I got it from Mara's the Scion. And
so
those
many
notes. Sorry,
So many books.
I know 3. And I got
Two
library.
spell books.
I'm gonna copy out all the notes that were in Killian Black's and all that stuff, all the things that I could see. But I'm gonna take them all out. And same for Merifakir, and I'm gonna throw them in the air off the side of the ship and cast magic missiles into them.
You shoot up these sort of. You throw the books up into the air, and as the wind catches them and the pages flip open, you fire these sort of like mystical darts as they just like explode on impact. It's like little pieces of paper just begin showering down on the ship into the water. You see, like a bunch of pages just floating on the sort of the water as you sail past them, as a sort of metaphor of your of killing what you want to do to Marathakir's head, I assume.
Are you doing this subtly, or
No, you can watch.
she's gonna look like her? She's gonna be pissed if she finds out I did that.
Ah, fucker. Fucker, Scrimshaw.
Well, you know, you don't. I don't. I guess. Onwards.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Well, you know, they might know that you had it, and if they find out that you destroyed it, it might make them angry.
Tough.
And bringing on the anger of powerful mages, you know, even if we don't like them very much,
Do you know what
Not the
happened?
best thing to do, especially when we're our current level of power. 20 years' time, you know, we might be much stronger and laugh at this kind of thing. 20 was an arbitrary number there, by the way, not...
Or we could be dead. Scrimshaw, the book was on the ship. A, she didn't take it off. B, the ship got destroyed. Even if she'd A, maybe assume that was the case. If she did assume I took it, but she doesn't even know I have any proof or information I did. She'll find it in the middle of the ocean here. I don't see how she's going to connect those two together.
I mean, she saw us on a ship,
But she didn't see me with
and
the book.
then potentially could scry on this ship having been taken 100 miles away. I mean, maybe she'll attribute it to some current, but Look, it's done now, so we can't really change anything. But
And what about Killian Black's book as well? He's already coming after us. I'm sure.
fuck him.
Oh, so we can
Who was
fuck
he
him.
again?
Can't we? I like this. Killian Black is one of the Inquisitors for the Magisterium. He's one of the most powerful mages they have, probably higher than
Oh well, he was already after you, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, so is the whole Magisterium still. I mean, when we get to this place, Orristas, the last thing we want is a book telling us where we are. We should be careful. They probably.
That one
I don't
doesn't
wanna
change
repeat
anything. Those are enemies we already have.
I think Merith the Cure was already an enemy we had, Scrimshaw. Look, she said it herself.
I don't think she really cared much for us.
I think that's the general thing. I think she just cares about power, and she doesn't really care where it comes from.
I think the moment that we're on her radar as someone she actually cares about,
People like Vonda and the
that's dangerous.
Yeah, it was.
I think a big reason that we're all still alive, but when most of us are still alive, is that she doesn't really care. I think it's in our best interest to keep it that way.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Scrimshaw, have you ever fished before? You seem a bit stressed.
I mean, why would I fish?
Yeah, for fun. It's relaxing. Have you ever found something or done something to help relax you? Back when you're at the tower?
Well, if I want to relax, I stand very still.
Yeah, I mean, you doing it right now? Hello? And I kind of wave in front of him.
I mean, good if I want.
Can you
Yeah,
feel pain?
Sorry. Yes.
So,
Please don't test it.
could you maybe have a massage? That might help you feel more relaxed instead of just standing still.
I mean, I imagine whoever's massaging me would be practiced on slightly different kinds of people.
I could give it a go.
Do you want to?
I just offered.
Sure.
How tall are you?
Have I written it down? I think it's like 5'10".
Okay, I'm gonna. Same height. I reach up and reach out and rub your shoulders a little bit in a relaxing way, not in a sensual way. Just to make that clear.
Next sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
What? That's like a perfect description for natural one.
Yeah, I can feel pain.
Like Morna's just like she's gone to the monk school of massage and she's like elbowing you in the back. She's like cracking your like between your shoulder blades like.
Massage.
She's like doing the chiropractic like grab your neck and twist it and, like.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't have Armor of Agathis on.
Yeah, you take 1 point of damage.
What are you doing, Mona?
If I take 1 point of damage, Morna probably takes 15.
Just like. Like shards of ice shoot up as she like cracks you in the back. She's like all stabs into the roof of the boat. Weston like rushes down and he's like, "Is everything all right in here?" And Warner just like looks up with like a face full of just like ice daggers. Yeah, we're fine.
Oh, maybe a little less rough. You've not done this before, have you?
I mean, I've done it to other monks, but it's supposed to be relaxing after. It just hurts during.
Okay. How are you? You look a bit bleedy.
Did I actually take damage?
Sure, 15 points of damage.
What?
20.
20. It's just like little shards of ice starting to melt in your chest.
Dude!
I didn't.
What the fuck?
I didn't mean it. I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
This is my habit.
I storm out. I'm storming out.
Once an hour.
You storm right by Weston, who like is just inspecting your face. Is like, is he sort of like holding onto the door frame, and he just looks at Scrimshaw on the massage on the table. I assume just like a kitchen table. And it's like, Wow, she really balls that one up, didn't she?
Yeah. I don't think I like
Oh, yeah.
massages.
Blame the victim.
Don't worry, man. Not everyone is good for the old massage. I personally love them.
I kind of walk past laughing and like push a fishing rod into Scrimshaw and say, "Looks like he will be needing this after all. Come on," and then we go.
Standing up, Scrimshaw, actually, you do feel surprisingly a bit more light. like. Oh, well, actually, that did get a bit of a knot out of my. I suppose actually you could describe someone made out of wood as having knots. You know, because
Awful.
wood ships, people, or knots. You know, anyway, so right, so yeah, I mean, what do you guys want to do? Just spend the day fishing, spend the rest of the day fishing. You know,
I
enjoying.
don't mind having a conversation.
There is one thing I'd like to do. Gideon, how would you feel if I dropped a demon in the ocean?
Is this supposed to help the fish get on my rod right now? I kind of wheel it around when he's next to me.
It might scare them away, but I haven't really had the chance to. So I have this new thing. I haven't had the chance to use it yet. I'd rather the first time that I use it not be, you know, when things are dire, so I know what actually is going to happen.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how powerful can this demon be?
We'll see, I guess. And just kind of rub his hands together, crack his knuckles if he has any, and just summon Greater Demon like 60 feet away from them over the ocean
Okay.
and see what appears.
Okay, so you sort of like raise your hand out and sort of close your eyes and focus for a moment, and then you hear sort of a tearing in the sky. And as you open your eyes and look, almost like a sort of rift has opened about 60 feet, just above the water. As it begins to crack open, sort of like red light begins to spill out. And are you summoning a Balgora?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll assume that's the standard.
Sure. And the rift begins to open, and then you hear and then just dropping out of this rift is this like gorilla-looking creature, like massive muscular arms, red angry face, like quite thick fur, just falls as like a flock of seagulls begins to go right underneath it, and they go It's this like massive gorilla just smashes into them, like grabs them and splashes into the water. You hear like a large. Like a bowling ball, almost like a cannonball falling into the water, splashing up. As you just see splashing and splishing and splashing. As you look over and you see this like large demon just like in the water. Go,
Hello, do you have a name?
he's like just dropping underneath the waves. Weston's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Just trying something out. Do you have a name? Tell me it. No. Just gurgling.
I'm just wondering.
Oh, okay.
Balgoras don't speak common, do they?
I don't know.
No, they don't.
Hearing
do you
this
speak Abyssal?
Hearing this strange...
Actually, I think I speak Infernal, not Abyssal.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, because it's a demon.
Can I hear this?
And it speaks only Abyssal. It just goes. It just says something. You can speak Abyssal.
I can, because I can use comprehend languages.
Is comprehend languages just written?
It is. I can read it out.
Oh, any spoken language?
Verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to cast a spell.
Yeah, that's fine.
You just hear like everyone hears like like, but you hear like I can't swim. It's like splashing.
Scripture, I think it's saying it can swim. Hold on, I'll do something, and I use control water.
Could you ask what its name is?
Well,
I feel
hold
like
on,
you're just
Scripture.
calling
I
it
don't,
Monkey Man.
Scripture, I don't think it's probably going to be very helpful. Like, what is going on here? This is, I'm amazed, Scripture, quite frankly.
You could use control water.
Yeah, I'm going to use control water. Hold on, let me try and think of an inventive use for it. Like, I don't know, can I, like, elevate the flow so it's like... No, I know what I'm going to do. You know, you see, like, geysers, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, the spurt gut, because what I can do is I can control the flow of water, so I'll push it up in the air so it's, like, clearly above water, and it's, like, being pushed on top of this, like, kind of geyser, almost, of water that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
kind of...
So you begin to swirl the water underneath and shoots it up in the air as it just sort of goes. Oh! You hear it go. Ah! What's going on? It's like shooting it up, just sort of being like just like lifted up into the air slightly. It's still having a similar problem that it's like splashing around, but you can sort of like shoot it over to the ship.
Scrimshaw, I can probably get it over here. Do you...
No. It looks angry.
Alright, I'm gonna leave it.
Weston is like, this actually could be a good target practice for our cannons moment. He like looks at you, Captain.
This feels cruel. I know it's a demon, but I mean, look,
This is going.
I don't want to piss off some demon lord by firing cannons at this fellow over here. I'm just gonna, let go of this spell.
Right. Okay.
After which, I think he stays for 1d4 rounds.
I think when you let go, it becomes completely like non-beholden to you, doesn't it?
Oh, it makes some wisdom saves each turn to
Yeah.
Do that anyway.
Okay, so you let go, and for a moment, like it's you hear an abyssal. You go Gideon. You hear an abyssal. It turns. Actually, you don't. Is comprehend languages concentration? It is, isn't it?
I might not hit this bit then.
Let me have a look.
Oh, let me have a look.
Oh no, it's not. No,
Okay.
it's just for now. So you hear it go, "I'll get you," and then it's just like the rift opens up and it just disappears the creature as you drop the control water.
Crucial. What on God's earth was happening there? I think you may have definitely scared away all the fish now.
I'm just gonna look over the edge of the boat. Did you catch? Well, you already had some fun fishing, right?
Well, I mean, I showed you a little, how to put the bait in, and I mean, I feel a little bit confused, to be honest. That came out of nowhere, Scrimshaw. We were sitting here 1 minute, and the next minute there was a demon from hell in front of me. I tell you one thing, after we're done in Orristas, we are definitely going to wherever you got your powers from, mister. I want to get myself some of that.
Ooh. I mean, frankly, I'm not. I don't know where I got these powers from. So maybe wait till we find out where that is before you look into getting the same deal.
Yeah. Man, if I can do that, I'm straight on that list.
I think you actually can do that, but that's not a character.
Mr. Scrimshaw, it would be my pleasure to come with you to that scary, spooky tower where you were tortured for many years. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh, I wasn't tortured. I was just, a slave.
That sounds like torture to me, pal.
I mean, didn't really get tortured. I just kind of existed.
Anyway, it seems that my fun here has been slightly shortened. I'll bring you around.
I'm sure once we've moved away from this area, there'll be more fish.
There's always more fish in the sea.
That is true.
Famous saying.
Did you come up with that saying, Weston?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't want to roll an insight check because I don't want to not believe it.
Yeah, I'm a player.
All right. We'll sit down and do more fishing.
Yeah, as you guys are chatting, you hear from the crow's nest up above. Jory stood on top, shouts, "Land ahoy!" As you look and you see the silhouette of the grey mountains above you coming into focus through the sort of distance on the horizon.
I would like to take a short rest.
I assume you've taken one. Don't worry.
You're waiting for
you're like just covered in like little like almost acupuncture needle marks. It's like little shards of ice have just completely just pierced you. Okay, so you guys arrive at the town of Orristas. I will just skip all these other things I prepared for this session. La, la, la. Archive. Oh, whoops, bear with me, guys.
Is that skipped because...
It's just the
Sorry,
nature
Karen.
of DMing. Like,
Alright.
Okay, so on our way in. Okay, guys, let's run through what we actually have to do in this city.
I thought we were just coming here for Darius and Saka.
So I believe Darius and Sokka had some business here related to the Heart of the Forest.
And if you don't remember, there's that sweet-looking wizard sanctum. The lady we met a few weeks back, well, many weeks back now.
Matt, your
All the way
microphone's
back.
going. Your microphone.
Oh god.
God, buy a new one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh, you're
I am Matthew Robot Man.
Matthew,
Hello? Is that better?
Matt. No,
No.
it's really not.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that might be better. Oh
No.
no, it's not.
Just
Okay,
mute yourself
so we
and then
have
pull it out and put it back in.
So Darius and Sakura, I believe, have some business here with the Heart of the Forest. I can't remember the exact details. We have a crate to deliver from here.
Hmm.
I believe there was mention of a pit.
Hello?
Really?
Better?
It's
Not
amazing.
pit,
but
a
it's
fighting
It's
pit.
better.
I don't know. I think we'd heard something about a pit.
You
I
heard,
heard that it was all
there's
ruled by
like
elves.
mines called the pits, but there's
Oh,
also like an arena as well.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure whether we had actually heard about the pit in game or out of game.
I think someone told me that.
Western told you that there was a. I think it was Western. Someone did. Told you that there was an arena that they tend to have fights in.
I thought it was ruled by elves, and any one they don't like, they send to the pits.
Well, you're gonna have to find out. So,
There's
No,
also
I was telling that to Scrimshaw. And,
oh, okay.
and
the Order Senatardum, which I'd very much like to visit. They have some pretty powerful mages there, and I'd love to, see what I can see there.
Okay. Well, I don't really have any plans here, so I'm happy to go. I might like to visit a temple, because I feel like I've been neglecting my god recently. Could do with sending her a couple of prayers, especially after what Gideon was saying about there being none. It just reminded me.
But
I
it's just
really haven't done any praying recently.
It's just the truth.
I'd watch your tongue.
All right.
I will rip it out.
All right, Mona, I respect you enough to not make a comment about it. How about that?
Whatever.
Anyway, we have work to do first. So how about we deliver the crate and then go from there?
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you come into the bay of the bay that Orristas is situated on, it's situated between a bunch of rocky peninsulas that are quite gravelly, quite not very much agriculture. Almost looks fairly similar to some Greek sort of island. Or something like that. And as you come up to the docks, it's quite a large docks, and it's a docks that you notice that must have been designed because it's in such a strange location that most of the trade they can do can't really be by land. It has to be by sea in some regard. So they've built a large docks for that, and they've got quite a lot of warehouses and various buildings on the docks with like cranes, wooden cranes and stuff for the offloading of various crates and that sort of thing. And as you come into dock, Weston sort of skillfully navigates the boat into a docking area. And you are in the town of Orristas. What would you like to do?
Go to a temple. Are there any temples for my god around here, or is it really taboo everywhere?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I want to go to a temple. Do
Okay.
some praying.
Asking around, no temples. They say temples. No, we don't do any of that stuff around here. This is
Gideon seems like he'll fit right in.
they we don't like having open temples around these parts. The Tempest brand aren't very welcome here, and people think that you bring a church in, the Tempest brand follow.
Do you have any close temples?
I mean, you've got a bunch of stuff up in near the mountains where you might be able to pray, like those old temples, but no one really goes there anymore.
Okay, cool. Whereabouts? And can I ask for a general point?
Yeah, they sort of point you in the direction of the Grey Mountains, but like you have to follow this road and you have to go through the the sort of the pass.
Okay, cool.
But
Well, thanks
that's
very much.
out in the wilderness, effectively. So yeah, I mean, what are you? Yeah, what's the plan?
Well, I think we should head off to meet Zoltar Sinfaran.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of go look around the docks for someone that might be able to direct me that way.
Okay,
Maybe a guard. I assume he's well known.
Yeah, you speak. Yeah, you find a guard sort of leaning against like a guard post, looking over the docks. He notices you approach and he says, "All right, is there anything I can do to help?"
Hello, we're looking for the residence of Zoltar.
Zoltar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lives up in the castle. Why do you want to go speak to him?
Oh, we just have a delivery for him,
I see.
but we've not been this way before.
Well, if you want to go speak to him, good luck. But it's up in there.
Okay, thank you very
Leads you
much.
in this direction.
Okay, we'll have unloaded the crate as well that we need to actually deliver, not just turn up empty-handed.
Okay. Yeah, the crate is quite large. It's like 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot.
I'm amazed none of us
Can
actually
Richard carry
tried
it?
to open this.
I kind of forgot.
And you have the letter as well that Mihir gave you.
Yeah.
Can Ritok carry it?
I mean,
Will he need help?
2 people. Yeah, 2 people can carry it, but you can like hire a cart or something if you need to. Don't you?
Oh,
Yeah. I think Ritok and I don't know, maybe.
Maybe-
So,
maybe
I
4
think
people.
literally everyone other than Ritok is weak as shit.
yeah.
Weston,
Yeah, when we-
Weston and
when we
Ritok
should-
will carry it. Carry on.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so Ritok sort of and Weston sort of grabs the other end. You see like Ritok sort of not as much effort put in as Weston, who sort of like puts it on his shoulder and is just like sort of carrying it. He's like, "Oh,
I'll use a mage hand to kind of like steady it.
help 20 pounds or so.
Maybe kind of go along the side and like try and steady it from falling over. Give them a bit of help without necessarily needing all sorts.
I love this. I love how this is like 2 miles uphill.
We can take a break. Take some breaks.
Yeah, we're not in a massive rush.
You carry this like large crate up. Weston and Ritok are sort of huffing and puffing. They manage it though, and you get to the gates of the castle, and the two guardsmen sort of nod and see the delivery instructions and lead you on. And he says, "Zoltar is usually in the council chambers."
Brilliant.
We
Sort of
were
like-
told that this delivery is to only be delivered personally to Zoltar Sinfaran.
I see.
Will that be a problem?
It might be.
We have a letter from Don Mahir from Port Dauron to support our authenticity.
I see. And the guard takes the letter.
But again, I believe we're only supposed to deliver that personally as well.
I see. Well, Zoltar Zinfaden is usually in the council chambers. Have a good day.
Great.
Is that it?
The guard just like steely faced.
Are we permitted to go there?
Yes.
Great, let's
okay.
go.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So you are so you go up. You go sort of past these first main gates, past the second main gates, using the same thing, and you go into the council chambers. It is quite large, almost like the main body of it is this large stone masterwork building, almost like the Sistine Chapel, almost like with a large dome on the top. On the inside, it's got like pieces of art all on the inside of the dome, like a big hanging chandelier, various rooms around the outside, which a bunch of stuff go into, and then there's like a spiral staircase that goes up, and speaking to one guard, he sort of like nods over to one of the council chambers. He's equally sort of strange and seedy and weird, and not really up for talking much. And you hear as you like approach these like main body of like large oak doors, there's two guards outside that say, "Mehir." Keep saying Mehir. Zoltar Zinfaden is not taking anyone to see him. And you hear like banging, like coming from down the corridor, and you hear like a feminine voice, like a female's voice, going, "Zoltar, open up! I know you're in there. This is the third week that you haven't seen me. It's my duty to report to you everything that's going on in this in this town, and I have a personal responsibility for the arcane arts in this place. Look." You have to understand that I am doing a job here, and you have to let me in. And he's like banging on this door. She's like, you see, looking down the corridor, you see it's like this quite, like, not like quite average height, 5'6" woman, like long blonde hair, wearing sort of like fine blue robes, sort of like carrying a sort of strange little scepter in her hand that's sort of like glowing, like with sort of light. And she's like banging on the door. A couple of guards walk up to her and say, "Lady Kessera, you must go. Zoltar will not see you." And she says, "Let me in." And they say, "Zoltar has asked you to leave. You will leave." And she's like the guards are flanking her, like coming past you guys, and she's saying, "God damn it."
Ask one of the guards, like, so seems like he's access to the Zoltar right now is quite limited. Is there anyone that would be able to perhaps pass a message on so that he could say whether he wishes to receive us?
I will pass a message on if you have one.
Okay, well, we have a package from Don Mahir, a crate which he did not collect. We were told by Mahir that we must deliver this personally, so if he does not come to collect it himself, or allow us in to deliver it to him personally, he won't be able to receive it.
I will pass that information on.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
And you.
The guard just like looks forward, quite strange looking. Like he isn't like doesn't register much facial expression. Like very into his job, it seems. But as you guys turn around, the large crate, like being carried by Ritok and Weston, who are like puffing and puffing. They're like, "Oh, I just have to carry this up this hill." You guys like begin to leave the thing. Like after a while, the guard comes back and says, "Zoltar does not want to see you."
What? Why doesn't he want to see us?
He has said he does not want any company.
Have you explained to him who we are?
We have.
Well, you haven't explained it very well. This is urgent.
Please do not make this a fuss. And he like looks at a couple of guards.
Look,
Oh, don't worry, we won't cause any kind
we're
of.
not trying to cause fuss. We just need to. I'm just trying to emphasize that this is very, very important.
And Zoltar's Invaden has been warned about your
You
warned.
urgent. See,
Your
please.
urgent message has been noted.
Okay.
Did we contact Mihir regarding the other matter?
We did. Hold on. Maybe if we ask Mahir again, he might be okay with us leaving it somewhere else. If
It'll be weeks though, surely by horse.
no, I can send a message through magic, Scripture.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Well, that would be much more convenient. I guess we could see what he wants us to do.
Yeah, as you
All
guys
right.
are coming out of the main council chambers, you see Erin Kassara. Oh, you see Lady Kassara, talking to a couple of guards who are like sort of holding her back, and they say, "Lady Kassara, you are not welcome until Zoltar Zinfaden says you are welcome. I am sorry." And she says, "God damn it!" Ugh. And she sort of like begins walking off in a huff, and she notices
I
you
want to
guys.
stop her and
She-
beckon her over.
She like
I'm
sees
just
you.
gonna whisper to Morna. I'm sensing a coup.
What?
I'm sensing a secret coup.
What?
Lady Kessler comes over and she says, like you notice that she's got quite like she's maybe in her early 30s. She's got quite soft features. Like her blonde hair is sort of mostly kept up in this sort of like quite large ponytail, which just sort of like runs her hair down like this sort of the small of her back, like held together with sort of quite like fancy gold and blue sort of hairband sort of things, and like she has like one sort of like blonde dreadlock that has like a bunch of gold rings on it, that sort of like just goes across like the front of her body, and she sort of comes over to you and she says, "Yes, as you can see, I'm
what's
quite frustrated."
Yes. What's happened? Why won't he see anyone? Do you know?
She like looks around. She sees a couple of the guards. And she says, "I don't know. It's been quite weird recently. Perhaps we should
Maybe we should.
talk in private. The guards
Yeah,
here
that's
are
what-
being incredibly weird to me."
Yes, I was also thinking that. I think we should maybe come and find somewhere outside to talk. Britok! I snap my fingers
Britok's like, "Oh."
to pick up the thing again. Music
She
out.
like sort of flicks her hand and it just begins like sort of floating on its own, sort of levitating. She goes, "Oof. Yeah, don't worry about
Yeah.
that." Well, who are you, by the way?
Oh, we're just travelers. We're here to deliver this package from Mihir in the dancer from the Dancing Coast. We
Oh,
just...
Mihir Vahiran. I know him well.
Yes.
Hey, lady, you said you were in charge of the arcane. I don't know what the word used exactly here. Do you know anything about the Order Ceratar? Order. I can't even say it correctly. You know what I mean?
The Order Serenitatum.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, that is my order.
Sure, Order. Oh, cool. You have to show me around. The name's Gideon. Mrs. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Erin Kessera.
Aaron.
No. Oh.
She takes your hand.
Erin
She's like, sort of like, strange out. She says, "And you're
Well, I am Gideon, the one day magnificent, but currently at the moment, yeah, I'm pretty cool.
It's just Gideon.
I see. And all of you are part of the same group?"
Yes, we're part of we're adventurers.
I understand. Well,
Question.
then if we must talk, we must come back to my tower.
Sure.
Oh, I'm so excited. Guys, this is exactly who I want to see. Come on,
Okay.
let's go.
Oh,
Go,
okay.
Reddock.
Okay. It's good to see you excited about something.
No. Why shouldn't we just take this? Should we put this back on the ship instead of carrying it around with us?
I think that depends whether this tower is on the way.
Yeah, where is your tower? Is it on the way back to the port?
Hmm?
Okay, yeah, we'll stop then.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Oh, no.
Oh, maybe not then.
Yeah, we'll stop by the boat on the way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think we'll just drop this off.
Okay.
And tell the crew not to let anyone on.
Okay, yeah. So you drop by there. It's a lot easier on the way down, especially as it's sort of like now levitating. It's quite easy to carry. She comes to you guys and she says, so where are you from? Are you from the Dancing Coast?
Oh yeah, I think we're from a bit all over, but we met around there in Pessa.
Well, that's where we came from.
Yeah.
Before today. But yeah, before then, it'll be. Well, you don't want our life stories.
Fair enough. I understand. Well,
yeah,
yes.
So this guy. Do you have any idea what's going on here? It seems awfully strange that the guards just won't let anyone. Well, seemingly, you seem to have a good reason to speak to him yourself.
Yes, let's talk in my tower. And as you approach these sort of large sort of
sorry, I thought
gates,
this was.
she opens up. She takes a couple of keys out of her robe and she opens up a large gate which sort of creaks open. And there's this large sort of tower which is quite narrow at the base and seems to get quite a bit larger towards the top. It sort of almost is almost like a sort of almost bulbous building that sort of goes up quite high, maybe about 200 feet, and has this sort of like large telescope, like a sort of observatory just poking out one side. She sort of opens up a door and lets you in, and going up the spiral staircase to the top floor where there's like books, a couple of seats and stuff around. Like on one of her desks, like she's got loads and loads of pieces of paper with like some writings or whatever on it, and on another one there's like a bunch of half-made bags, like they look like bags of holdings, like similar to ones that you just found, that she's like halfway through making. And she sort of like sets down a couple of books off like a couch, and she says, "Please sit. Does anyone want anything to drink?"
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay, fine.
Sure.
I have some tea, but it's fine. And she's like flicks her finger and like a small fire starts on the far side of the room, with like a kettle like hovering just over it, and it just starts to go like steam starts shooting out the top. It begins to like come over and just pour into a couple of glasses where she sort of wiggles her fingers and the glasses like float around. She says, I have been here for a while. I am Zoltar's. I am a Grand Magister, beholden to Zoltar's and Farin. Unfortunately, recently I have not been able to meet with him. There is something strange going on with him, I am sure. He has refused to see me.
Have you seen him?
I
understand this question sounds stupid. Have you had any confirmation that it is him that has refused you?
I've seen him walking around with with his advisors and the council. But for some reason I have been shut out of negotiations or whatever he has been doing recently. And all the guards have acted strangely ever since, and I sort of fear that maybe it is because he is hoping to get rid of me. But you see,
it doesn't seem targeted towards you.
It just seems a bit weird in general. He doesn't seem to know. He doesn't seem to meet with anyone who isn't part of his inner circle anymore. But the strange thing for me is that he's always been quite open. He's always been quite nice and friendly and easy to talk to, and he's changed very quickly. In maybe the last 3 weeks.
Has there been any change in his staff?
In his staff, the council?
Yes.
I was not close to many, but they all seem similar to his change. They now seem to be... I don't know. I don't know you, but you seem honourable enough. I did plan on maybe scrying on him at some point, but I cannot do that to him as a betrayal, surely.
I think it's a good idea. You should check.
It's
Make sure
certainly
he's
risky.
okay.
It seems like if I got caught doing that, it'd be even more reason for him to get rid of me.
Well, how could he catch you?
What do you mean?
How would he catch you?
Well, I do not want to go on the run. This is my home.
No, I mean, how would they know that you'd done it?
There are ways of knowing.
Okay.
You can tell you are being scryed on in certain ways.
Yeah. But you
Hey,
can
what's
teach
what's-
one of us to scry?
Are you accomplished wizards?
My friend here is. And I pat Gideon on the back really hard.
I'm like looking at one of the books on the wall. Like I've walked off.
It's like
I'm interested.
Yeah. I'll
It's like
go and
you
get-
open a book up and it's like Greek. Like there's just like super high level magic stuff in here, and you're like, what? It's like first year physics students just like going into a PhD lecture. They're like, what?
But I'm amazed. I'm looking around at this place. This place is amazing.
Yeah, can
You,
you teach my friend here?
But me? Hello.
Can you scry already?
Can I scry? No, but I'd love to learn how to read this thing. I kind of shut the book.
It takes time. It's my life's work. Some of this stuff. So
Oh, put me in a pocket dimension and send me to it. Yeah, that was a joke, by the way. You're supposed to laugh.
Is that another one of these sayings, or did you just make that up?
I just made it up. Anyway, I don't know how to describe Mrs. Aaron.
I think that well, maybe you have the potential soon. I don't know how strong you are. But I'm not here to teach you. What am I talking about? I mean, you all seem like honorable folk. You are friends of Miheva Hiren, and I am a good friend of his as well. He has been very helpful to my cause in the past. I fear that something strange is going on with Zoltar, and if it's not sorted out, I think that we might have a problem. Especially for my order. There's not many of us.
How many
is
of
it
you are
just
there?
yourself in this tower? Or?
Well, there are a couple of others, but it's not a large order. There are only about 5 of us.
5 of you.
I
What
am the
happened?
most accomplished.
Well, what happened to you guys? I mean, you've got this place. You seem
Well,
like you get to defend yourself.
I'm self-funded.
Oh, I see. Because from what I remember, we met one of what I assume your members, and
You did? What was her name?
I wasn't in that session. Please back me. Please save my soul, guys. Hold on. Let me scroll up. I think I read it.
What session was it?
It was when Darius
Yeah.
got shadowed.
It was on the way back from the Key Mount stuff.
Oh, was it the healer woman?
Yes, her. Yeah. She was a member of the Order of Cerritos.
My-
Maris?
No.
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 Sorry, I'm just
Definitely
looking
not.
at names. I know.
Yeah, my notes are session by session, and I would take
There you go.
far too long. Illyriel.
Oh, you know Illyriel.
Well,
we met her once. She gave great help to Darius here. Yes, she was very nice. Great help.
Well,
But-
Illyriel is a great friend of mine. I'm glad
I'm
that
from-
you got assistance from her when you needed it.
yeah, and from what I recognize, you guys aren't funded by the Magisterium or the Mages Colleges or anything.
No, we are self-funded.
You're self-funded because you disagree with them?
No, because no one will fund us.
Cry.
Why wouldn't they fund you?
Because we stand against everything that the Tempest Brand have done to Lavar, and we stand against everything that the current Arcanum stands for, which is effectively being beholden to the Tempest brand.
Hmm.
We are the last of the people who were not purged, effectively. We weren't killed
How-
in the purges.
So how have you remained safe up until this point?
With Zoltar's assistance. And my family links.
I can see how this situation is concerning for yourselves now. Then
Well, yes. Yes.
Your family links? Sorry, I might be prying here.
Make a history check. You almost certainly have heard of the Kessera family.
Yeah, please
Oh,
don't get in that
jeez.
one.
Oh.
Like, you've heard of the Kessera family, you don't really know much about them. You just know that they're
Okay.
some rich family from Lavar.
Okay. Okay. I've not heard of your name much. Kessera?
Okay, well, you must have been living under a rock.
Well, I take that as an insult, miss, but you're
I-
probably right.
Yes, unfortunately, you don't get to choose your family. And my family are not ones which I would have chosen. But
I can sympathise with you on that.
the Kessera family are the rulers of Lavar, and the richest family in Orthaid.
Wow.
I am Yenfaxis Kessera's eldest daughter.
Do you have lots of siblings?
Not many, only 2.
Boys, girls? Or men, women?
But a brother and a sister.
Okay.
So, how has your family taken to you splitting off to here then?
Well, they kept me alive when I was originally going to be executed by the Tempest brand.
Well, that was kind.
Yes, but I embarrassed them highly. My father, he is the Lord Ruler of Lavar, so I ended up embarrassing the house name quite a lot, and I found myself in this part of the world, far away enough, they hoped, from the Tempest brand, and anywhere to embarrass my family anymore.
The Tempest brand is spreading like some kind of disease. You seem to see them everywhere now. They're not in the Dancing Coast at the moment, but man,
Yes, it all started about 30 years ago, really, when they took over Lavar.
yeah.
But that's why my family are rich. They benefited from that greatly. So, but now I'm here, and just my friends who I've managed to take with me stay alongside. And as long as we don't cause a big fuss, we have been ignored so far by the Tempest brand, and now we try our best to just live our lives and be ourselves. Really, we can't do much else.
What about the Magisterium?
The Arcanum.
Sorry, the Arcanum in Lavar, yeah, sorry.
Uh,
Do they come around here much?
No, they have learned to stay away, but it's really a period of truce, you see. Like, ever since the war, the Tempest brand haven't tried actively to suppress other mages as much as they had used to, so we're fine for now.
Does Zoltar have any family or friends that don't live in his house, in this manor? I assume he lives in a manor, right? It's a castle.
Well, you know he has a son. Because
So
you spoke
his
to the
son-
Lawmaster.
So
The
his
Lawmaster
son.
told you about Kailus and Faran, yeah.
So Kylo, do you know where he is? Will he be in the building?
Kailus and
With-
Faran? I don't know.
Well, you could always try and scry on him. We could go and talk to him.
I have never met Kailus and Faran.
Oh. Why?
I don't know. As far as I can tell, I've never met Zoltar's family. Well, I've met his wife,
Oh.
but not his children. They they left the nest a long time ago. They are elves, of course, so there's Infarans.
Yeah.
Erin what is she? Is she an elf human?
No, she's a human.
Okay. Not a drow.
Nope. Knew you'd ask that.
Do you mind if I have a look around for a while?
Well, for what purpose?
I mean, have you seen this place? This is the coolest place I've ever seen in my life. Look, just look around you.
He likes books and magic stuff.
Hey, you can blame me.
Well, if you perhaps help me find out whatever the cause of this issue is, then something actually that has been happening recently is that that they hadn't done before is that I know Zoltar had been looking for adventurers to help him for some regard, and they have been trying the fighting pits for people strong enough to help him with whatever he wanted. So I suppose if you wanted to meet him, that might be a way of doing it.
Well, seems within our skill set. Well, I say that. I don't suppose you know much of the people that have been in there so far. Whether they would be just some general gauge of their abilities.
There hasn't been anyone so far. Not many people come to this town. And they've just put out the adverts effectively in the last 3 weeks or so.
Well, with no other applicants, I like our chances.
Ritok is very excited at the prospect of a fight.
These pits, while combat is something that we have done in the past. What kind of things do you know what we might expect in there? I wouldn't want to just jump into a suicide mission.
I do not think I don't think it'd be too difficult. I don't think he wants to kill prospective adventurers. I think he just wants to try and weed out the wheat from the chaff. But and she starts she walks over to a crystal ball and sort of dusts wipes a layer of dust off it. And she's like sort of hesitates for a moment and she says, "No, I don't know." She picks it up and she's sort of comes over to you guys, puts it on the table. If this is a smart idea.
What's a smart idea?
Spying on him.
You should do it. I think you should do it.
Well, I mean, if we would be able to meet him without doing anything that would betray his trust, then maybe we should go that route first.
That is a good point. She picks up the crystal ball and begins walking off. And puts it back down again. Perhaps that is the first... perhaps that might be the first choice.
Well, how about this? We head to the pits, we see what's in store. If it's too life-threatening, maybe we rethink our options. But if we think we could fight whatever fight is needed to be had and then be able to speak to him, then might be able to find out what's going on.
Okay. I mean, I know one of us who would love to be in a fighting pit.
That is true.
To fight.
Ritok smash!
Well, yes, I suppose if you go tomorrow, might give me some chance to maybe try and look at more into what's going on. I'm still confused as to why everyone is acting so strange.
Yeah.
Are the guards usually that aloof to you? Or just generally that aloof?
Well, I've been going there every day for the last week, and they seem to be quite similar every day. But before that...
What, forever, or...?
Well, not really. Some of the guards I recognize, and they never used to be like that.
Do they seem like the same person?
Well, I don't know them that well, you see, but...
Huh.
And I never really got into the habit of talking to guards, but you can tell by how people walk and talk to you and that sort of thing, that when they just change day on day, it's not something you think is a good idea. You don't think it's what's the best way to say it? You don't think it's normal, do you?
Of course. Well, the pits sound like our best option. I assume if he's not letting you in, and he knows of your abilities, I assume, then he would be wary of any scrying that you might attempt. I think that should be a last resort.
That's true.
Seems like you're also wary. So, guys, I mean, we only recently came into town. We could go to the pits today if.
To the fighting pits then. I know you want to retalk. I think it'll sound fun.
It's getting on a bit today, but I know that there's an inn that you might be able to spend the night in or something, and then go tomorrow. I would invite you to stay here with me, but I have company coming soon.
Oh, no problem. We're gonna stay on the boat, I expect, anyway. Might as well. It's free.
Right, fair enough.
Well,
but
I suppose free is free.
Anyway, it's fantastic seeing you all. As she says that, like coming up the staircase and opening the door, is this sort of like quite tall woman, one you don't recognize, but she's got like completely white hair, quite chopped in various ways, but quite long going down her back. She carries this like massive two-hand sword on her back, and she's got sort of like, you know, sort of smoky eye, sort of raccoon eye makeup going on. She sort of like walks in and she sort of nods to you all, and she just like walks straight past you, goes to the kitchen and starts eating something out of the cupboard. Erin says, "This is Bet, Bethan, Bet Pendry. She's my squire."
Nice to meet you.
She's like halfway through eating like a loaf of, like a slice of bread. She's like, "Yeah, nice meeting you." And goes back.
Cool. Let's go, guys.
Anyway, yes, thank you very much for coming. Here, take this, and she gives you some like weird sort of like rock that has like a sort of like a musical note on it, and she says, "But that's up to your ear if you want. Well, speak into it if you want to get contact with me. I can speak to you through it. It's a sending stone."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we really should have given one of these to Mahir.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
give it to Gideon, as I feel like he would like that the most.
Ooh, this looks really cool. How do you make these? It's been a while looking at this one.
Well, perhaps I will show you one day.
Can I
Thank you all for coming.
The stone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the way out, perhaps before we settle down for the night, maybe we could relay this the situation to Mahir.
Gideon, you're up.
All right, go on and give me what you want me to say.
Okay. Okay, I'll think about it. Do.
Maybe in the form of another poem.
As you're walking back to the docks, you see coming out of the inn as you're walking past it, like 3 sort of large cloaked figures just rush out, and like a bunch of people like shouting after them and like throwing like chairs and various things like as they rush past you. You couldn't really see any things on them, but they sort of like bump past you, and a bunch of people in the inn just go, "Yeah, no, come back!" As you see Weston sort of like pop out of the door, like go, "Oh, fucking hell!" He just sort of like walks over to you and goes, "Oh, guys."
What the hell? What happened?
I don't know, man. They just started a fight in there. They just like started assaulting someone. That's like completely against shelter laws and all that.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, it's a pub. You people tend to do that when you drink, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, did you see them? They were like all cloaked up. Like they had a big old weird thing going on.
Oh, not even drunk.
I don't think so. They just came in, went over to speak to someone, and then a fight broke out. So,
Oh
dunno.
dear.
but anyway, I'm going back in. he goes back in and like says, "Hey!" Like a bunch of people go in as he's sort of like carrying a pint.
All right. Mona, any idea on on the? For some reason, it seems that you're the message creator.
Yeah, I'm just writing it out.
Okay.
It's not gonna rhyme.
What? But I thought that was the.
No.
I thought that was how the spell worked.
No.
I thought it had to be
Yeah,
a
it has
poem.
to rhyme.
It
It has to be in
doesn't
haiku
rhyme.
format. Has to be a
It
haiku.
doesn't rhyme. They ain't got time.
Yeah, do it in a haiku.
So we're carrying on to the boat, right? I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I think sure Weston will guess where we are, right? Actually, I'll just pop in quickly and say we're going to sleep on the boat.
Okay. Free accommodations. Free accommodation.
Okay,
And
so
I
you-
just pop into the.
Yeah, you go in. You see, it's quite busy, but you go over to Weston. But as you sort of are walking through the thing, there's this like one guy who's like getting really excited, and he's got like a black eye, like blood streaming down his face. He's like speaking like ridiculously loudly, like you can't help but overhear him. And he's like, "So I was just minding my own business, and those three guys came up to me. I couldn't really see their face. I wanted to break the, it's weird when someone comes up to you like that, isn't it? Someone's like, yeah, I know. So I was like, hey guys, you want a drink? And they said, no, we don't want a drink. Why we want to have a drink with you? We want to speak to you outside. And I said, no, I don't know who you are. If you want to talk, we've got to talk here in front of me and my boys. And then they were like these large guys, like with burly arms, just like nod and cross their arms. And he's like, so then that big guy, the one with the big cloak on, he put a knife on the table in front of me. I know. And he said, let's go outside. Well, I knew at that point, if I went outside with them, it wasn't going to go well. And I can't afford to die. So I said, hey man, let's call it off here. I'm not going outside with you guys. That's when they started to try to grab me, breaking all those shelter laws. But anyway, me and my boys, we jumped them. We managed to take the knife off them. Surprised none of us got hurt, really. Did you see them though? They got pretty beaten up. Ended up leaving about a minute in. Not sure who they are though. Probably Zoltar's lot who wants us to go back to work. Anyway, Weston's like overhearing. He's like turns to you and he's like, "Yeah, they're." So I heard that all the miners are on strike at the moment.
Oh.
Why?
You're not there. It's just Gideon who went in.
Oh, I
Oh,
went.
sorry,
in.
yeah.
I was just gonna go in
Sorry,
as well.
yeah, you're right.
But okay, that's fine.
And that was Richard.
Yeah.
He's like,
I can see why. I mean, this Zoltar guy seems pretty annoying.
you hear him saying again. He's like, remember, guys, remember when I went to Zoltar? I said to him, hell no, we ain't going back to work until that weird shit in the mines gets sorted out. Me and my boys have enough money to strike all the way until summer change, and Zoltar's losing more money than we are every moment he refuses to help us out.
Weston, I love overhearing things, right? And what I'm overhearing now is gold dust. What we're looking for at the moment. And I kind of like go into like almost like kiss him, and then realize what I'm doing and back off.
He's like, man, like I love you and all, but...
And I kind of
Whoa.
like whistling with a spring in my step, go over to the guys, the miners.
You go up to them, and the sort of like burly guys like notice you, and they sort of cross their arms, stand up, and they're like, all right, squirt.
Hello there. My name's Gideon, and I was wondering if you wanted your mind problem solved.
The guy with the black eye is like holding his eye closed. He's like, you what? What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, I have some tricks up my sleeve. Let's just say.
You don't even. I mean, are you even from around here? Who are you?
I said I'm Gideon. That's all you need to know. Let my actions do the talking, and I cast. I'll just cast like
Fireball.
dancing lights. No, dancing lights, and just kind of fly them around the room a bit.
Okay, yeah, they all look up a bit.
Just a little bit. Not massively. Just like around them kind of thing.
They're like, right. And how's your lights gonna fix our problem?
I mean, we can go outside, and I can show you a little more than lights if you want.
Is that?
It's
like,
not a threat.
he
Calm
looks up
down.
at them. He's like,
The Bulgara?
what? He's like, what do you want?
I want to solve your problem.
Okay, solve it then.
Well, what's going on in the mine?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Like him and his friends just all start laughing. He's like, yeah, go on, off you go.
All right then. And I go outside, just outside the door, and like whistle, like, guys, come in here, quick! Especially to Ritok as well. Come here.
Okay.
Just stand behind me and look menacing, please.
Wait, what? Gideon, what?
We're not getting in a fight. There's a guy in here, and he has mind problems. If we solve it, maybe we can get a meeting with Zoltar's and Farin. I know there's the pit thing, but this could be even better, guys.
What? Mines? What's wrong with?
There's some workers. They're on strike at the moment. The workers for Zoltar are on strike. Guys, look, he's going to lose interest. I need my comedic timing needs to be perfect for this.
You know what? Just go on then. I'm gonna cast Fly on Gideon.
What?
What? Whoa! What are you doing, Scrimshaw?
Just to make him a bit more.
Put me down. This is weird. Oh, I'm upside down now. Scrimshaw, I'm upside down.
You're controlling it.
I don't have any control over this thing. What's going on?
You have
Ow, my head.
control over this.
Hold on. Let me concentrate. No, not feeling it, Scrimshaw.
Ritok was fine.
Ritok's like, I could do it.
Well, good for Rid. Hold on. Can somebody push me around? Just push me around, somebody.
Just will yourself to go in the direction you want to go.
All right. And I concentrate. Okay, I think I get this. I feel a bit silly now. All right. Okay,
Weston just
fine.
like opens the door. He's looking at you, just like, what?
Upside down.
He's like, you guys, what? Listen.
Hey,
He's like,
eccentric, not weird.
I think if you go in there with with Ritok and everything, you're gonna start a bigger fight than just happened.
Hey,
You know-
we have no mean for a fight here.
Yeah, you know it's illegal to start fights in inns.
We don't want to start a fight. We want to help these guys.
Right,
says
well,
upside down.
intimidating them isn't gonna help them, is it?
We're not intimidating them. I'm offering a nice contract. There's no contract. I just want to know what's in the mines, to be honest.
Right. Look, I've been speaking to people all night. They've been saying that people keep going missing down in the mines. I think, like, I keep hearing about all this fighting pit stuff going on. They want people to go in the mines. That's what the fighting pit's about.
Ah.
They want to see people strong enough to deal with whatever's down there, I think.
Okay, we're already on that path then.
Yeah, that's fine then, but that's interesting news. But I feel a bit silly now, but...
He's like, you should.
Hey, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow when we show that we're the ones that are strong enough to go down in those mines. And then they'll be the ones who are just looking silly.
Okay, so I think we'll stop there. Actually, do you want to send the message first?
Oh, yeah. I'll read it out. Okay, so casting sending to Donna Mahir.
Mhm.
Hi, Mahir. Zoltar won't accept the package. Won't accept any visitors. A bit weird. What do we do? Morna and Gideon. No, there was no love this...
Yeah, I know. I took the hint.
Wait, what about the rest of us?
A few moments.
he'll know.
A few moments pass, and you get the message back in your head. Hello, Gideon, and Morna. That's fine. just try and try and try. I need the money. Well, I need whatever last little bit of money he owes me. It's not that much, but you'll be fine. I'm sure. You could work it out. And bloop.
He said work it out.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hopefully we'll see him tomorrow if we succeed in the fighting pits.
Okay, we'll stop there. All right. Woo! Actually, quite a lot of stuff happened this session.
Cool. I forget the name.
Lorna's still there.
What?
Lorna's still with
Oh,
you
right.
guys.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
At some point, Morna, as you are. The thing is, like this
My
session.
people need me.
This session has gone completely different how I planned it. So I was like, there was going to be some way that Morna could go. Yeah. So you get a message from Taman at some point that just says, "Time for you to return."
Okay, that's fair.
Alright.
Cool.
You can get like you can
This is
find.
the end of it, innit? 7,500 words of notes.
Anyway, okay, so that's fine. But well, actually, Morna, we'll talk about what Morna gets up to.
What? Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, okay. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.